I love that, John.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back. Angie, welcome in. And there's Tina with us this evening. What is it?
This evening. Hi, guys. It's been a while.
Yes, it has.
John, first of all, I saw your video for the Sage Kits. I love it. I was like, oh my gosh, Don is so good at this. Like all the house, because I was like, wait, what's going on here?
Yep, I saw it.
I was like, oh, okay. It was not, it's really not, it's really good, Don. Like it's seamless. It's really, really good. I like it.
I played with it. I created some of it. And then Michael got home from the gym and home from work last night. And he sat down and said, let me show you this. Because, again, he's putting it all together. And he's doing it's like his kits. And he's been with me as we went out and bought the stuff and made sure everything had the right energies. Because I'm like, somebody asked me that. They said, did you get the kits wholesale? I was like, no. We went out and we made sure we bought the stuff and we had our hands on it and made sure the energies were in all the stuff, And so I showed him the commercial. He's like, no, let's do this and let's do it. So he started helping me edit it. And by the time we're done, boom, that's our product. And I'm very pleased with it. It turned out very well.
It did. It's really nice. I like it.
Appreciate that. Thank you so much. And let's see. How's everybody popping in today? I haven't even looked at the chat yet. Hey, Jody, welcome in. Hello, Pam F, Blue Ocean, Vanessa, welcome in, everybody. Who else did I miss? Hey, Terry T, nice to see you in.
Hey, Amber.
Amber, I'm just here to say hi.
Amber, sorry. I keep getting wrong. Let me tell you how, because I'm having a name issue, and that's why I'm very sensitive to making sure I say her name right. My full name is Anjawanta. And so a lot of people at work, they'll decide that they want to call you whatever. And for some reason, well, I know what the reason is. We have a lot of people in the company that are Indian. And so Anju is a popular name or that part of it. And so they'll cut my name and just put ANJU and they'll just call me Anju. And so I've, respectfully put at the end of my, because we have a signature that we have to create. It has to conform to this specific way. And it says, she, her, him, he, they, them. So you have to tell your pronouns and you put your name. And so mine says my full name. In parentheses, it says Angie and then my last name. And so they don't use that. They just decide to call me whatever. And I said, so I put, respectfully, I prefer Angie or Anjoanna. You either put my whole name or you call me Angie. You don't get just to break it off wherever you feel like and call me whatever. So I do try to be respectful of their name. And a lot of their names are very difficult. And so I spell it out the whole time. Unless you tell me to call you something else, I call you exactly what you say. When we have a meeting, I say, could you please tell me how to pronounce your name? I'm very sensitive to it. And the fact that they repeatedly cut my name into that pronunciation is really irritating to me. And so I've started to address them, because at first I would just make my signature really big, like that's what you're supposed to say. So now I just, let them know.
It ain't what they call you. That's your answer to. Ain't that what Medea said? No, I'm just kidding.
Listen, they start calling you Keenie.
Hey, I've been there before. I was like,
So today was the last time I had to address it with this one lady. When I put it, she immediately, like her name is Kimberly. I don't ever call her Kim or anything like that. I call her Kimberly because that's what her signature says. And then she even signs her signature KB, like her, first and last initial. And so I address her exactly as it's written. I don't say Kim or Kimmy or anything like that because people are very sensitive about their name, even the spelling of their name. And so for them to repeatedly keep doing that is what, but then I looked it up and it's a very popular name in the Indian and Korean culture, Anju.
What does it mean?
In Korean, it's a restaurant or something, a very popular restaurant chain or something like that. And then in India, there's a lot of like jewelry stores and a lot of products and things that are popular in there. And it has some other meanings, but it was a lot. So I understand why they say it. And when I went to the bank, there was an Indian lady there, and she was the only person who could pronounce my name right. And she says, oh, in India, we have a lot of names with that pronunciation. So she didn't have a problem pronouncing it. But I understand why they do it. But again, I've corrected you.
Yeah.
So
my first name is too damn easy, which is good. But the last name, I've been called so many things: Rumor, Reamer, Rammer, Runner, and all. And sometimes I'm like, now how in the hell did you get that one? Because the other ones I can understand, but that one, I mean, you never know.
Terry T says Anju means peaceful living in Mandarin. And I get it. And I am totally understanding of, in your culture, it means this, but my mom is Black. And so in her culture, it means Anjuana. That's it. It don't mean none of the things that you're saying. So respectfully, you're either going to call me Angie or you're going to call me Anjuana. Like we're not letting you just call me anything.
I get it. I remember going through that because I'm not real particular about my name either. And I think it was a very defining season for me because I was like, why is this irritating right now? People kept it was like weird if they were doing. And I was like, that's not it. So yeah, I remember going through a season like that. So it's probably something to do with that, like that it's a defining thing. And so it's even more irritating. Like, that's not my name. Like, don't call me that. Like, no, because I remember that.
Keena is not your full name either, right? It's like, isn't that a little bit variation?
It's just Keena. It's just the A in front of it.
Okay, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So imagine them just cutting it off and just calling you Ken. Hey, Ken.
I know.
And the problem is they just cut it off where they wanted to, and that's what they call me. And I'm like,
right. Like, or Aki. Aki. But yeah, I remember that. I was like, why does this bother me? It's never bothered me.
I know a guy whose name is Thomas, and he doesn't like to be called Thomas. He prefers to be called Thomas. He doesn't like to be called Tom or Tommy. You call me Thomas. That's what my name is. And you have to respect somebody's, respect that. You can't, like, a lot of people used to call me Angela, because I always introduce myself as Angie, so they would figure they could just call me Angela. Well, what makes you think that just because my name is Angie, that Angela is my full name? So that used to irritate me, but not as much as the way that they're cutting my name off now. So
yeah, well, my nephew's name is Andrew, and as he, when he was a kid, we all called him Andy, and my sister hated the name, and she's like, "Don't call him Andy." I always did. And I made it even worse because I called him. I call him Andy Pandy. He was like a panda bear.
Oh my God.
Andy Pandy. And then anyway, so as he got older, I didn't see him for a while because of distance and time and so forth. And when I see him again, I call him Andy, and they're really like, oh. I'm like, what? And they're like, his name is Andrew, and I'm like, no, he's always Andy. And I look at him, I'm like, you tell me, I'll be cool. And he's like, no, Uncle Don, you get the pass. You get the pass.
Yeah. And sometimes when you have a little kid version, when you get older, you don't want to be called that. Because like if you were Tommy as a kid, maybe you want to be Tom or Thomas as you get older. So I do understand, and I am respectful. If you say to stop calling you that, I'm going to stop calling you that. Like there are some nicknames that you just don't want people to know, or it's a family thing. You don't want people out. Because my brother, we call him JR because he's a junior. We call him JR. But when he introduces us to his friends, I call him Noah. And he says, no, it doesn't sound right for you to call me that. You call me JR. So he introduces himself to his friends as Noah, but he prefers us to call him JR because that's what we've always done. But I'm respectful of how he introduces himself to his friends because I'll be like, well, Noah, and he'll be like, that don't sound right. You call me JR. That's what you want.
Right. Like when you in a relationship and they be like, Keena, no, I'm bae to you. I'm always going to be bae. What are you doing?
Kelly did say my name is Kelly, not Kel. That drives me nuts. I get it, Kelly. And you're probably, because her name is Kelly. I'm pretty sure it bothers her when somebody puts Kelley or Kellie or Kelle. Those things probably all get on her nerves. I understand that. Like the name thing is an issue, and I understand it.
Yeah.
My immediate family, My oldest sister came up with a name for me when Dallas was on, the TV show Dallas, because the character was JR. So my sister thought it was like him. So she called me DR. And then, so only my very close family, you know. And then later on, but as I grew up in West Virginia, my family from West Virginia, it was Donnie. Donnie. And so I haven't heard that, but every once in a while people come on here and you'll know it's my cousins or something, because when they come on, it's Donnie. And so when you see that, that's the tell to know that that's probably one of my cousins.
There you go.
Because nobody calls me Donnie.
Diane Gotham, that is a very long question, and none of that question pertains to you.
I affirm I'm not reading. I'm just chilling.
I am not going to dip into your son's energy or his potential wife's energy, because I don't have permission to dip into their energy. I have permission to go into your energy because you're asking me the question, but you're asking me about a third party relationship that you are not a part of. And I cannot do that in good conscience and tell you about their relationship, because honestly, if he wanted you to know, he would tell you. And if he's not telling you, I'm not going to go to a higher power on your behalf and ask something about his relationship. So I can give you a general reading, but I can't give you information about your son's relationship because you're not a part of that relationship.
Mm-hmm. Yep. No, I totally get. I agree with Angie. It's where we don't eavesdrop, and not only that, but it's one of those none ya damn business.
Right. Like, you know, like we all, like my son, I would want to know, you know, all that information about who he's dating or whatever. But if he's not telling me, it's not respectful of me to go, you know what I'm saying, to spirit and ask those questions. So I apologize. I cannot do that, but I can give you a general reading or a reading regarding your life. I just won't tell you about your son's relationship because it's just not fair. It's like reading his diary. I don't think that that's what you guys understand. You're asking me to read your energy. So sometimes you're like, oh my gosh, you knew exactly what I was thinking. Imagine that you're asking me to go into his diary, his head, his thoughts, and tell you something that he's not giving you privileged information to know. And I just can't do that.
Yeah. And again, the reality is that sometimes it's not even meant for you to know yet. So why would you want to know? Yeah. Again, you could do more harm than good if you knew something that maybe you shouldn't get. And so again,
Spirit has told me no. They've unequivocally told me no. That's not information I need to know. Like I've been doing a reading, and they'll say, you know, you don't need to know that, or they want that person to come to them. And so it's been times when I couldn't do that, but let's see what else she says. Thank you so much. They're already explaining it, but I just curious to see something to happen, but I will. Okay. She says she'll take a general, so I can't do a general whenever we get to the list.
Absolutely.
How was everybody's Valentine's Day? I got chocolate covered strawberries from my son. Nice. I only had to remind him 37 times.
I was minding my business, drinking my water, and going to the bathroom. So that's how
he said, I was going to get them for your birthday. I said, Brandon, they won't even have chocolate covered strawberries for my birthday readily available as they are now. I'm telling you because it's Valentine's Day. And so he got them and they were delicious. And so I was happy about that.
Well, you know, we're on during the weekdays, we are apart because of business, because of the job. And so it was just the same old, just another day for me. So it's okay.
Quinn said hers was quiet. She got roses and candy. That's always nice. Kelly says she got COVID for Valentine's Day. Oh my gosh, that is awful. Well, I mean, there is medication you can get and you could be fine. You know, hopefully it's a mild version and you'll be fine. That is kind of horrible to get for Valentine's Day, but I wish you well. I do send you healing energy. I hope that you feel better.
Absolutely. Love and light to you and everybody, by the way, to everybody.
Exactly. So, oh well.
With that said,
all right, guys. Yep. I was gonna say we got like 10 in there, so you can get started. I'm gonna hop off.
Oh my gosh, God, I have to tell this one quick story really quick. So I'm in the grocery store today, and you know how people always say people watch your purse or your basket or everything when you're in the store. So I'm in the grocery store. I'm at the deli counter, and I'm getting a pound of corned beef. Right. So my cart is behind me, and I'm facing the guy. So I'm, telling him what I want, and he's telling me that he's a really young guy. So he's probably, 18 or somewhere around here. He's like, oh yeah, I got my mom this and that. So we're all talking about Valentine's Day and everything. And something tells me, literally, turn around. When I turn around, there's a guy who has taken my cart and gone off and walking down the next aisle with my cart, my purse, and everything is on there. My phone, everything I had was in the cart. And I said, oh, excuse me, where are you going? He was like, oh my gosh, I wasn't even paying attention. He walks away. He never had a cart. He was about to steal my purse in the grocery store. And so then he's like, oh my gosh, what am I doing? I don't know. And then he was like, oh, where are the pre-made salads? So he walks over. He never had a cart. He was literally about to take my cart and my purse because it was sitting in the, where you put the kids. My purse was sitting there. And again, the cart was right behind me. And I was talking to the guy, and just that fast, he walked away. He had literally pushed it from behind me and was going down another aisle, and something said, turn around. I turned around and I was like, well, where's my cart? And I saw my purse in his cart, and I was like, hey, excuse me. And I was polite. I was like, excuse me, because sometimes people do get the wrong cart, but he didn't have a cart at all. He was leaving with my cart and my purse.
Good catch. Though.
I was more mad because I had a cart full of groceries. I would have had to grocery shop all over again.
I'm out of here.
I mean, granted, you took my purse, but damn it, now I gotta go and get all that groceries again.
Exactly. But I must admit, I've done that. I grabbed the wrong cart. I got something and turned around and
which is what I thought.
Yeah, and so I know the first thought I would think would be that as well. Is like, and then you start putting pieces together, like, oh no, this doesn't line up like that. But I've been that person where I grabbed the wrong cart and I'm walking, I'm like, wait a minute, and I'm embarrassed. It's like, oh man.
Oh, Diane says that an FBI guy told her to secure her purse with the strap for the children, which makes sense, but he took the whole freaking cart. Like, he was like, I'm out of here. So I was doubly mad. You stole my purse and all my groceries. Like,
they can stop twice.
Exactly. Fry's here doesn't take Apple Pay for one. They do take Google Pay. And so I have gone in just with my phone or my keys, but a lot of times if I'm grocery shopping, I usually wear a dress and it doesn't always have pockets or whatever. So where am I going to put my phone? So if I'm, shopping, I'll put my phone in the little section where the kids go, and my keys, that's not safe either. So I thought at least I'll have a purse and I'll zip it, and then it's safe in my purse. And who's going to take your purse? But I guess he was about to take my purse.
Exactly. Well,
Terry T, my purse is heavy. I can't carry it at all times. I need to just carry a fanny pack. Literally, Terry T. I have a fanny pack, and I still like a fanny pack. When I go walking, I have a fanny pack. It has my phone in it. It has my keys in it, and I have a water bottle in it. And, like my headphone case or whatever. So I probably should just take my fanny pack into the store instead of my purse. That would be a lot better. But yeah, Terry T, my purse is too heavy to be carrying. It has way too much stuff in there. Way too much stuff in there. And even when I clean it out, it still has way too much stuff in there. I'm a mom. Like, I need lotion. I need like wipes in case something happened. I need like, tissue paper. I need pens. I need, lip gloss, and I need, just all that stuff that moms need. And so my purse has way too much stuff in it. Hi, Summer. She says she's just stopped by to say hi.
Hello. Well, shall we get rolling? Before we get rolling, though, shameless plug for my son, Michael, and our new product.
Guys, this commercial is great. I love it. Oh my gosh, Don, listen.
Thank you.
Listen, you may have a new occupation. I love it. See, Julie says she loves it. Terry T loves it. Umber loves it. Everybody loves it.
Super. Thank you all.
Oh, Jojo says she got her cleansing kit today.
Oh, nice. Thank you. Thanks for letting me know, Jojo. And
Umber's ordering hers now.
Yeah, and Umber, let your friend know that her too went out in the mail priority, so they'll be there within 2 days. So she'll be happy.
Kelly said, can she pay with hers with credit card?
I take electronic payments. I don't have a thing set up for credit yet, but I can take electronic payment like Zelle and Venmo and all those things. But if you want to do credit card, you can do it if you go to my son's shop on Macquarie. I can send the link in the chat. If you go to the Macquarie link, you can pay with credit card. So yeah, Kelly, you can do that with credit card through Macquarie. Mm-hmm. I forgot about that. But if you email me at advice@sonoranmystictarot.com to buy it direct, then you arrange it through me direct and I ship it direct. Otherwise, you can go to Macquarie, and I'll post the links. Okay.
Miss Julie said, and a commercial writer or producer. Don, you're like, the more you do it, the better you're getting. I'm just so impressed every single time. Like, oh my gosh. And when I saw that last night, I went and watched it on every set of media that we have. I watched it on Facebook and liked it, on Instagram and liked it, and on YouTube and liked it. Like, oh my gosh.
Well, I appreciate it. I had such a good time doing it. It was fun, actually. So
it's nice. I like it.
So let's get rolling again. Thanks everybody. Everybody who's purchased already, thank you so very much. And then those who haven't yet, again, feel free to do it and let me know. We're going to be selling them for a while to come. Again, my son actually makes them. He and I went shopping for the items, and we made sure I was with him to make sure all the energy was in the items, and we didn't just get something off the shelf in that sense. So everything that was put together under my blanket umbrella name. And with my sense of energy and feeling, and then we blessed it before it goes out. So it gets a blessing before it leaves from me. It gets a good energy vibe to it. So we take the extra step. Okay. So with that said, let's go. And also I'm preparing a instruction video, and the link will be up, and I'll be sending it to all the people who bought it so they can watch the video if they want as well. So,
Tina said, Kelly, just email Don at his email address, and then he can email you the link back. He can reply and give you the link back also, if that's easier for you too. Susie, yes, we are doing readings. Kina is preparing the list. Just post your question, and then Kina will add your question to the list. Sharon, you said hello morning. Where are you at that it's morning? I'm just wondering what part of the country, or US or wherever you are. And are you still here, Miss Sharon? All right. Oh, she says she's in the Philippines. Okay. Well, nice. Hello.
Nice. Welcome in.
And morning. All right then. Okay, so she says general. Let's see, general. I immediately heard you're a winner, and then I heard winner chicken dinner. Like, I don't know what that means to you, but I heard you're a winner first, and then I heard winner chicken dinner. So there is something that you are going to receive, a prize that you're going to receive. It seems like it's pure luck. It does not seem like it's any labor that you put in. This is pure luck. You're going to receive some kind of gift, monetary or something material. You're going to receive a gift of value, and it's just by sheer pure luck. So that is coming your way. They are showing me that. And then they're showing me, for some reason, the 7 of Wands, which is the stand your ground card. And then I'm hearing family issues. So are you having a family issue in which you need to stand your ground is what they're showing me, the 7 of Wands. And I don't have it to show it to you because they're showing it to me in my mind's eye. And then I heard family issues. So they're saying stand your ground, whatever your stance is or whatever it is that you're feeling strongly about. They are telling me to tell you to continue to stand your ground with that. You are right. I think you're questioning to some degree whether you are right or not. And they're saying, yes, you are right. And so they wanted me to tell you to stand your ground on that. And so let me see if I can get another, if I can get some actual cards for you. Here's one. Oh, and then I got the Four of Wands, which is happy family reunions coming together. Some people call this the marriage card. Sometimes it's also the 1111 card. I'm going to pull another card to see whether this is family, romance, or what direction it is. The actual card on there is community, because it's, again, coming together. So there's a coming together. So let me see where they're going with the Four of Wands that I got for you. But remember, I got the Seven of Wands first. That is what they mentally showed me, for you to stand your ground in a family issue. And then now I'm getting the community card. So let me see where we're going with the community card. Are you a casino person? And I don't know if they would have, like, because they're making it seem like your winnings is going to come by like a game of chance. Like you're not really invested in, like, it's just fun for you, but you're going to win a prize or something. They're really harping on this money, and they're showing it to me as coins falling. So I'm believing that this gift is going to be coming to you, just again, out of like you having a good time. So maybe you're going to go on a trip with someone or something, but you are going to win a prize in some kind of way. What is the next card for Sharon regarding this community or the Four of Wands? Tell me more about this Four of Wands. Hi, Yasha Rose. Okay, so then the card that wouldn't go back in the deck was the Nine of Pentacles, which is independent wealth. I call her the Lady of Leisure, which means she has more than enough. It says, again, independent success, financial stability. So again, this is, for me, this has something to do with your income, your money, your finances. This is success in one of those areas. So I'm getting success. I'm getting one, that you're going to get a monetary gift for something, and then two, you to stand your ground in this family situation, and then three, your finances are going to be picking up, and you're going to have more than enough money. Like there's going to be financial success in your finances, in your business, in your career. So that's what I got. No, Diane, you haven't missed your turn. This is our very first person. Or Diane, is it Diana? Diana.
Let's see, what do I got for Sharon? What do I got for Sharon? Interesting. Sharon, it's like I feel like you kind of like all over the place right now. I get that these are like the Seven Cups, and when you see the Seven of Cups, again, you feel this lack of focus, and so the thing you need to focus on, because I think you think on, you're thinking about a number of things, but the one thing they're telling me to focus on is your finances. Okay, so spend a little time with your finances, do some planning around your finances. And something about your partner, and if you have a partner, if not, one's coming in, but if you do have a partner, then a partner and the way in which they spend money and the way in which you spend money are different. And that could be somehow to the root of this. And again, the way in which that is spent. Are you with somebody right now? Are you in a relationship? Because again, it seems as though you are, and then again, it's a question of spending and how you do. But again, if you're not, then apparently when this one comes in, which is very soon, because I saw 2 2s, and that means that's telling you that like right around the corner, then again, there's going to be an issue with the way in which you spend money and they spend money. So again, finances are the question we have here. The finances are at the heart of what I'm seeing, and again, it's asking you to focus on your finances, focus on your, when you're putting priorities, when you're looking at your situation, make sure that you really give attention to the finances, okay? And when you do give attention to the finances, the rest will fall in line, okay?
That's so perfect, Don, because that's what I got. Finances. It was a Lady of Leisure, that independent wealth, and that community, and it was a success. And I was, that's exactly what I was getting, was the finances that we're going to pick up. So you're right on the money with that, Don.
Super. So hopefully that resonates with Sharon. Next in line is, drum roll.
Hi, Jaded.
Blue Ocean. Hey, Jaded, nice to see you in. Can I get a general reading, please, says Blue Ocean.
Oh, she says she's starting A new business. Okay, that makes sense then. Okay,
So
then
it's not a
that
new relationship, it's a new business.
okay,
The
that
business,
makes sense.
yes, that makes
Okay.
sense.
For the finances picking up, I like that. I do like that. Don, you cut your everybody likes your haircut, Don.
Yeah, thank you. Somebody told me last night that I look much younger. I'm like, I'll take that.
I'm just saying there's a boyish quality when I see you.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it very much.
Blue Ocean, can I please get a general reading? Yes, you may.
Thank you,
All
guys.
right. So immediately, Blue Ocean, they show me you in a car. So I'm in the driver's seat as you seeing it from your vantage point, and there is we're looking out the windshield. And I heard you could let it go if you wanted to. So whatever this situation is, you're driving full speed ahead toward it. And they're saying you could let it go when you want to and steer in a different direction. You are going full speed ahead into whatever this situation is that they're showing me. So let me get a little bit more information about this situation. And it seems to be a love or a situation where I need to be a little bit more of the feeling and emotions, because I'm being told to use my Light Seers Tarot deck. So I am going to go to that deck to see if there's anything for you in that respect. So let's see what's going on. And what this situation is that they're saying that you could let go of if you want to, but you're moving full speed ahead toward it in this vehicle. Motor transportation is important to me. So they're showing me you in this vehicle. So whatever journey you're on, you are driving the vehicle. You are full speed ahead, because that is the words that they use, was that you're moving full speed ahead. And the journey seems to be one that takes more effort than just walking. So you're going a distance in this, but this is something that you're driving to. And they're saying at any time you could let it go if you wanted to. So let's see what the situation is that they're saying you need to let go. And that card jumped out onto the floor, so it must be important. And it's the victory cards. It's the Six of Wands that I'm getting. But let's see what else they're saying about the Six of Wands. And what is it that you could have victory in? Oh, okay. So are you in a relationship, Blue Ocean? Because they're making it seem like you're praying for a relationship, or you're praying for a romance, or there's something that you're praying for. Like you're saying you want this, but you're holding on to this, and you can't receive this if you're going to hold on to this. So then, okay, that's too many cards that turned over. So I'm going to go ahead and shuffle some more. But the victory is yours whenever you're ready. So the thing that you're praying for, the romance, the relationship, you said you're in a relationship. Are you thinking about ending the relationship? Or is there something, because you're praying for one thing, but you're not receiving that. And they're saying you could have this if you let go of that, because they're showing it to me twofold. This is where you are, but this is what you're asking for. If you want this, then what do you want us to do with this? Because we can't make this person be this for you if this is not the road that you're supposed to be on. So this is where you are, who you're with. This is what you're asking for. So I can't tell you what to do in your relationship. I can tell you to say, this is where I am. How do I get to where I'm praying to be, or what it is I'm praying for? What do I do to get me there? And then allow the universe to help you to make that decision, because it doesn't seem like you're making a decision. And immediately they said that you could, and then it's the Nine of Wands. For me, the Nine of Wands means that you've been weathering a storm. That's the 9. You're almost at the 10. You're battle weary. They're telling you to be resilient because it's almost done. So again, they're saying, hold on, better is coming, but you have to decide when to move on from what that is. So let me get one more card about that Nine of Wands to see where they're going with that. One final card for Blue Ocean regarding this situation and this Nine of Wands. Give me one final card. Okay. Ooh. So it's heartbreak. I got the Three of Wands for this situation. So you're being, you know what I'm saying? You're battle weary. It's heartbreak. So you have to go ahead, rip the Band-Aid off, is how they're showing it to me, is just let it go and move forward. but the victory is there. The victory is already there. What you want is here. This is where you are. So what you need to say is, what is the bridging action that gets me from this to this? Because they know what you want. And so that's all I got for you, Miss Blue Ocean.
Let me see the heart card again. I don't think I've seen that one.
You know I love this deck. It's the Light Seers.
Yeah.
And so that's what that looks like. Yeah.
Wow. That is something else.
Yeah.
How about strong imagery? Woo.
Exactly. Because you're tied up, like it's broken. And then the blood that's dripping from your heart is tying you in a knot, and it's just squeezing you, and it's pain, and it's barren. So these are the cards, Blue Ocean. This isn't me. I'm only telling you what I see. But you've already been struggling and battling through this. This is where it's going to go. And your victory is there when you decide that it's supposed to be there. So that's what I got.
Super, super, super. Let's see what I've got to go along with that Blue Ocean. Blue Ocean, Blue Ocean. Oh my goodness.
You're welcome, Angie, she says, hello, this video popped up in my news feed. I'm new to this channel and very excited to hear what both of you have to say to everyone. Thank you in advance for your time and giving your gifts. If you have a question, Angie, my name is Angie too, but if you have a question, just post your question and then it'll be added to the list. And when we get to you, we can answer your question.
Blue Ocean, I know you're in a relationship, but
What is that, Don? Is that ice? What is that card?
That's the Ten of Swords.
Oh, it looks like little ice daggers. That's what it looks like too. That are just, yeah.
And even worse, it's a 10. And unfortunately, in minor tarot, in minor arcana, a 10 means the end of a cycle. And then we got the Tower card. So Blue Ocean, keep balanced, keep a positive attitude, keep your wits about you. Yeah, because there's something ahead. Change is coming, and it's in reference.
But Don, I don't even get that. It's a surprise. It's kind of like when you know what you should do, you just don't know how to pull the trigger.
That's why
it's time to pull the trigger.
That's why she can remain balanced and try to figure. She's logical, using logic and saying this is what it is. So, yeah, Blue Ocean. This is not the reading that I thought I was going to have today. That was yesterday.
Yeah, she didn't even ask for love. She asked for general, and it literally just unfolded in front of me like that. And the first thing I heard was, you could let this go whenever you want to. So like, the choice is yours. And again, they showed me your prayers, like you're praying, this is what I want a loving relationship. But I think that you're praying that they change this person to be what you want them to be. What we sometimes have to realize is that that's not what that person is for us. We want this person to change into that, but that person may not have the capacity or be ready to be that. So what we're praying for may be somewhere else. And this is a situation where they're saying the victory is yours, but you have to go ahead and let it burn, let it hurt.
It will ultimately.
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry, Don.
I would say you ultimately will get over this. I mean, you all have to get through this. It's going to be a better, after you go through this, this is going to be a better place for you. And there is, again, there's a younger, happier kind of energy around this. So keep that in mind. But right now, kind of heavy and not so positive there, Blue Ocean. Yep. Whew. Next.
Sorry. But you know what? I don't get the heavy feeling that I usually get when we give those, because I feel like it was like a confirmation or relief to know, you know what? I knew what I had to do.
Unfortunately, Blue Ocean hasn't given us any feedback. So it's like, hopefully you're okay, Blue Ocean. And again, you have free will. Always remember that. You have free will. Keep that in mind.
So Terry T says, I got a question. Should I buy a house in the city I'm working in, or a city back, or one back home? For me, it's all about the commute and the drive. I don't want to drive. So if I can get closer to, so you have multiple options. You could change your job to be closer to where your home is or where you want to live, or you could buy your house closer to where you want to live. But I'm all about the commute, and I'm not a person who likes to be in a car for too long. Like, I literally sometimes just visualizing myself being like, just listen, I understand road rage to the fullest. I do. And it is, you listen, you need peace of mind when you're in that car. And sometimes the ride is, if it's something that you have to do, you can put on like a meditation tape, you can put on some music. But for me, that drive is very critical. And so it's about the quality of life you want. I am a city girl. I need to be in the city. If I fall, I need people to hear me scream and call the police, call somebody to save me. If I'm in a country somewhere and I fall, ain't nobody gonna hear me. Hey, you think a fox will go and give me help? This is not Lassie. Lassie is not going to come and save me. So I need to be someplace where there are neighbors who can hear me scream. But again, you also have to weigh the benefits of what is it going to cost to live here versus there. What amount of house do I want? Do I want a big backyard, or am I okay with our lots being very, very close? Those are all options that you have to choose. And so asking me, should you buy in the city or back home? That's kind of a personal thing. I don't think the heavens can, I don't know that the cards could tell me either way. Again, those are all the options that you said, because a house in my city is so expensive, but it's cheaper back home. But when I'm working in the city, exactly, Terry T, it's that drive. Listen, let me tell you this. The job that I currently have, if we were going into the office, it's by the Mayo Clinic. One of the entrances is a Mayo Clinic. And I'm way out in Ahwatukee. That's a nice little drive, especially during rush hour. So if they ever make me come back into the office, that's something that I'm going to have to consider. Am I going to drive that distance in the frustration and traffic, or am I going to have to find another job that is closer to where I want to be because I like the area that I am? Because again, my son has one more year of school and I don't want to move him in senior year. So that's what I have to decide. Am I going to drive that distance? Am I going to change jobs, or am I going to move? And so those are the options that you have regarding that. And so I don't know that I could pull a card that would tell you. Those are just the things that you would have to kind of weigh out. Don, do you have anything on that?
Well, I'm going to first, Terry, again, you probably have heard this many times from me. Lord knows I'm a real estate investor and have been for a long time, and have recently pretty much sold off most of the real estate that isn't in the state of Arizona. Arizona we still have, but so this is my first inclination is going to be telling you from that person, not psychic. This is me, the investor. I buy every chance I can, because again, every time I leave, that turns into a rental, and therefore I still get money. And the money that I get for renting from the tenant pays the mortgage, pays me, because the equity builds in the house and it doesn't come out of my pocket at all. Also, you get tax incentives, tax breaks by having it as a rental, but you also get tax breaks depending on where you are, and depending on which country. And I can't remember, Terry, which country you're in. Are you in this country? I don't think so. I thought you were in another country.
No, anyway, Terry T is like
I thought it was in Canada.
He's in the U.S. Terry T is in the U.S. Okay.
I'm getting him confused then, because I thought Canada or something, but anyway, I know it's colder climate. I know it's definitely colder climate. But anyway, the point is that from an investor point of view, even as a homeowner, you can write off certain deductions that you're spending, where if you rent, you can't do that. So for me, it's always buy, because houses aren't going to get cheaper. They won't. They may go up and down a little bit, but generally speaking, get in, and be happy. So that's that part. Okay, but now to the question, whether you should buy. Again, the moon is here. The moon is saying, again, questions. Get your questions in order. Okay, and then if you look at this card, of course, this is the 8. So learn more about all of the possibilities, about the costs associated, about the taxes and so forth. Do some more educating yourself. Make sure you understand all the benefits and rewards versus the negatives. And if that doesn't work out to your advantage, then maybe you shouldn't. But I do see you working on it. I see you putting in a plan. This is the plan card. And so I do see you putting in a plan to make that happen, and there's a celebration coming. So I would not be surprised if indeed this plan, based on this education that you get and asking the right questions, getting the right answers, brings you to the fact of a closing on the deal and a house. So that's what, and let's see, the bottom card is, look at that, the Sun card. I think you're going to be happy with your choice no matter what, okay? But make sure you use a professional. The next card in line was a professional card. Make sure you use a professional. Make sure you use somebody who knows what they're doing and they can advise you properly on what you're doing, because you do not want to make a mistake. Be very careful. Mortgage brokers are often very comfortable about overselling you a big old mortgage, and make sure that you don't do that. Make sure you can afford the mortgage and that you're not house poor. What happens is,
oh my God, Don, that's what I was going to say, is be sure that you can more than afford the house, because a lot of times we can afford the mortgage. Oh, okay, the mortgage is, this amount of money, but can you afford the insurance? What if there's a repair that needs to happen? What if there is, anything that you have to be able to more than afford the house? The first house that I bought when I was in Michigan, I could afford the house. And then there were things that happened along the way with buying the house that made it a little bit tight on my budget, and to the point where I ended up just, not having the house anymore. And so you have to be ready. And then you have to think about what kind of person you are. Are you a person who wants to be responsible for all those repairs? I'm in an apartment because I love to call somebody and be like, hey, this doesn't work, come and fix it. When you're in a house, you're responsible for fixing all those things. So you have to know your own personality. Do I want to be responsible for making sure somebody comes and takes care of the yard, to come, and do whatever repairs, to clean, to do whatever? You have to know what kind of person you are. And for a long time, I used to say, I don't want to buy a house as a single woman again, unless I can afford all of those things. Can I afford to have lawn people come by? Can I afford to have repair people come by? Can I afford to have all those luxuries taken care of that I pay extra for in an apartment? So you have to know what kind of person you are. My sister owns a house, and she is one of those YouTube University people. She's fixed her own washer. She's fixed her own AC unit. She's gone out to, and like she had a bee problem that was in one of her water little things, and she had to call a bee person to come out. And it was like $250, $300 to come out and cover up that little beehive that got down in one of her little, how they do the little things for your lawn or whatever. It got down in one of those little cover things, and it was just bees in there, so she had to pay for that. So you have to know what kind of person you are. And again, everybody says home ownership is great. It is, if you can afford all of those things that come along with home ownership. So know all of those things when it's necessary. Like when I was in Michigan, I had to have somebody to shovel the snow. I was dating this guy. He told me he would shovel the snow. I was like, oh, I got out there and do it. Went out there, pulled the muscle, and was laid up. Listen, know your limitations about what you can and cannot do, what you can and cannot afford. So a house is a great investment, but know your strong points and what you want to do for a house also.
Jaded, I don't mean to contradict you. Jaded says, Terry T, don't purchase now. It will go down in the summer. I don't mean to, again, contradict you, but I will tell you this much. Again, as somebody who is an investor, you can find a deal. If you're looking and you're watching the market, you can find a deal in any market at any time. There's never a time where you can't find a deal if you're looking. And so I would say that you never wait, because again, I'll give you an example. In Houston, we bought a house in River Oaks, one of the best areas in the city. It's old oil money, and it's known for it. And when we did, there was a strange time in the market, and we found a house for $250,000. And we're like, that cannot be a $250,000 in that neighborhood. And this is in the 90s, but this neighborhood is not a $250,000 neighborhood. And so as soon as I saw it that night, I called a realtor. Let us in the next day. The house had just fallen through in deal and came back on the market that day, the day that we saw it. And then we went into it, and it was a bit of a mess. It was a bit of a rehab. And we like, let's make this happen. Again, the market was crazy and things didn't make sense, but yet I found a deal. And I can tell you over and over again, we've owned, I can tell you we've owned over 100 properties, and Angie knows this to be the fact. I'm not talking stuff. I've owned over 100 properties and have bought and sold more than that. And I can tell you, no, you'll never convince me you can find a deal. I'm just saying that if you're in the market and looking, no matter where the market is, there's always somebody out there who has a need to sell, and the price can be right. And you just have to make sure you're available and watching at that moment. So if you're looking to buy a house, no matter who you are, pay attention, do this research, keep watching, and no matter where the market is, there's always a possibility. Okay, that's all. I just want to make sure that I say that.
And then the only card I got for you, Terry T, was the Four of Pentacles, and then this one, she's holding on to the purse. You know, she's being aware. So be conscious of your money. Again, consider your lifestyle. Are you willing to cut back on things in order to be able to afford this house? I'm realistic with my spending. I'm realistic with my expectations and what I know I want. And so I want to be, and as a person who's bought a house and who was not ready for all of the responsibilities of a house, I am more aware and know that I have to be able to more than just afford the mortgage. So be mindful of that. And then the kind of lifestyle you live. Are you a person who likes to get your hands dirty and get down in the dirt and do the things that need to be done on the house? Or are you a person who wants it to be done? Like when I move in, I need it move-in ready, and I need to know that if something breaks or splatters or blah, 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 for this amount of time, you'll come. Like I'm not opposed to moving into like a condo area where, you know, there's some people who come in and fix stuff. I'm just not that person anymore. I'm just not. I've done that in my life, and I'm just not that person. That's not the lifestyle I'm trying to live. I'm not trying to be cutting through, you know, stuff and trying to repair wires and stuff. That's just not where I'm trying to live my life. And so I know my lifestyle. And so I know what I need to look for when it's time for me to buy a house. And so just know your lifestyle. But again, the only card I got for you was to be aware of your finances and, you know, what you can afford.
Yeah, I'll give you one more example and then we can move on, because it just clicked in my head. I went to California a week or two ago on the weekend. And as I'm getting to California, my son calls and said, "Dad, I found the house." We live in Scottsdale, Arizona. The house came on the market, a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom, South Scottsdale, about 1,200, 1,400 square feet, $250,000. That does not happen. Does not happen in Scottsdale. Everybody will tell you cannot get a house in Scottsdale for less than at $250. Guess what? It came on the market, and I did not have my computer with me. I was not set up, and I was like, damn. By the time that I could get onto a computer, get in to check it out, and then reach the agent, the house had already had tons of contracts on it. Of course it did, because it was a freaking amazing deal. In this market, a house in South Scottsdale at $250,000 is a steal. But again, it can happen. It can happen. And I just received the deal sent to me. We haven't pulled the trigger on anything yet, for $199,000 in North Phoenix. $199,000 in North Phoenix. So again, folks, the market is high here. I still can find a deal. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Again, Terry, you have a higher power, and people are saying manifest. Ask your higher power. How do I get from where I am now to being able to afford the house that I want, or the lifestyle that I want with the house that I want? These are all things that you ask. What are my next steps? I no longer ask, you know, how to make it. Like if I want a house, if that's what your dad said on buying a house, then you just, I want this house. You visualize yourself in it. You can manifest it, but you also need to ask your higher power, how do I get to the place where I'm ready to receive this house?
Exactly. All right.
Hi, J Mac or Jack Mac.
Absolutely. Who is next, Keena? We beat this one to death. Sorry about that, but this is a topic that I'm very energized on, because it's what I've done. It's my jam, as you say.
as a person who's owned and wasn't ready for it, I also know that as a first-time person. And I think I bought it in like my late 20s or mid 20s is when I bought it, and I just wasn't ready like that. I just didn't know. I didn't know the responsibilities of buying a house. You know, I just wasn't ready for all that it entailed. And you need that. Sometimes you need that wise voice.
Yeah. Angie, did I ever tell you I never lived in the first house I ever bought?
You told me, and then you ended up selling. I think you bought the house, and then you went to Germany, I think it was.
Yes, and I rented it to my brother before I could move in. I was working in Fort Meade, Maryland, at NSA. and I bought the house. I even sold. I had a nice little Nissan Pulsar NX, a nice little new car, but to qualify, I had to get rid of the new car debt, right? So so I got rid of the car. Got an old beater upper because I wanted the house. That was more important, which made sense, and it still does to me. Anyway, so I bought the house, and then my brother came back from Germany and needed a place to rent, and I'm like, Mom's like, hey, why don't you? I'm like, yeah. So I rented it to him, and then when he moved out, before he moved out, I moved to Germany, and then another tenant, and then years later, I eventually, an older couple who was having some really serious health issues, they couldn't afford to pay the rent anymore, and I don't know what I was thinking, but a good spirit thing, and I gave them the house. I assigned the house over them. They paid this because I made money on it, and I was just in a great place. And so the old couple got a house, and they paid this for it because I gave it to them. Yeah, my first house.
It has been given back to you over the years, like you've reaped from that. So that was a good seed that you sowed.
Yep, and I'll never regret it. So
everyone, the list is closed. It is closed, and it is going across the bottom of the screen. So please look for your name along the bottom. You'll know where you are. We're on Isabella. So these are the people that are next. So be ready with your question and be ready to respond when we get to your name. She wants a general love reading.
Isabella, you've been looking for Mr. Right for a while. And unfortunately, when you see this, it tells you it's going to be a little while longer because that's an 8. In the minor arcana, 10 is going to tell you that you're almost there. The 9 is going to say almost, the 10 is going to say you finally found it. Girl, you got some waiting to do. But it is on the horizon. I'm loving this because that energy is right there. So if you're looking for Mr. Right and not Mr. Right now, again, Mr. Right now is on the horizon, but not there. And look at this. I'm loving it. Look at this energy. You're going to find yourself a damn good man. Look at him. He's strong, determined. He's going to be a businessman. He's probably going to have his own business, which is nice. But he's also going to have somebody who is comfortable of sharing and making you feel comfortable with being in his world, no matter what you bring. And look at this, the fertility goddess. Okay, when you put love and you put that strong man together with the fertility goddess, that's kind of saying that's going to be marriage and a child. So I wouldn't be surprised. And look at this, there's that new energy. So yes, don't be surprised, Isabella, if something around the corner is coming. And as we talked about for Linda so long, we're going to put a man on you. There you go.
I'm not getting any cards for you, Miss Isabella. They're not popping out. But prior to starting this, I was like, she must not know that I am the Grim Reaper of love. But Lord help the child. I keep getting, like, they show me you being like you're wearing spirit out. Is he going to be tall? Is he going to be short? Is he going to be rich? Is he going to be poor? Is he going to be funny? Is he going to be this? Am I going to meet him in the daytime? Am I going to meet him in the nighttime? Am I going to meet him in June? Am I going to meet him in the summer? Like, you're asking so many questions because you want pinpoint accuracy, and you can't even enjoy the journey of finding him because you want to know so bad. Sometimes it's not so much, and we were having this discussion before, it's not so much the details, but actually going through the journey. And you want pinpoint accuracy on this person. You want them to tell you his name, his date of birth, his height, his social security number, when he was born, what his mom's name is. You want every detail it is, so that when you meet him, you can say, he's the one, and I'm going to make this happen. What Spirit is telling me, and I'm hearing this as I'm reading you, they don't need your help to make it happen. They don't need you to move this along. When the time comes, and in divine timing, it will happen. Everything will sync up. But you want every single detail about it, and you're wearing spirit out. Like, they literally show me you popping up. Like, is he tall? Is he short? Is he rich? Is he poor? Is he this? Is he that? Like, you're asking questions over and over and over and over and over and over because you want to make sure you don't miss it. And what they want you to do is just to continue to live your life. And when it's supposed to happen, it'll happen. You're reading too deeply into the situation, and they just want you to relax a little bit. And again, what I'm hearing is you need to concentrate on your finances a bit. And if you got that ready, then you wouldn't have to worry. You wouldn't be so caught up on that. And so I'm going to try to, and then what do I get? The 2 of Cups. That's what came out. And so it's coming, but you need to concentrate on your finances right now. Get yourself financially ready so that one of the things that you're not doing is being caught up in a situation where you're financially dependent upon this person. And then you have to go along with whatever they say because, well, he owns the house or he has the most money. They want you to be a whole person, 100%. It's not he's going to make me this or he's going to make me that. You need to be 100% who you are, able to stand on your own 2 feet. And then when you come together, it's 2 whole solid people ready to build together. Not you're here and he's here and then he's expected to pull you up to where you need to be. We're going to stand on our own 2 feet. And then we're going to move forward together. And your expectation is that this person is going to lift you up and make you happy and have you joy. And that's what they're saying. That's not it. Your partnership right now needs to be with your finances, and you need to move forward on that. And then, oh my gosh, too many cards came out. So I'm not going to take any of those because it's like 1,000. But let me try to get one more card on this, on this 2 of Cups. For Miss Isabella. I like that name because I like Twilight. And her name is Bella, so I like that. And I know that probably wore you out the whole time Twilight was out. Bella, Bella, Bella. So then I do get Celebration of the Emperor. So like Don says, it's coming. You just have to be patient in the journey. And then the 9. Oh my gosh. Oh, she's so Pete. So you got the Celebration card, which is the 3 of Cups. And then you got the 9 of Cups, which is the wish fulfillment. And then you got an Emperor. So he is coming. You just need to be patient and live your life as if, you know, not trying to find out pinpoint accuracy of where they are. They show you kind of like GPS. Is he here? Is he here? Is he here? And you just want to go and make yourself known. So like if they tell you that his name is Michael and that he works at this place or that he frequents Starbucks, you're going to be in Starbucks every single day and you're going to miss other opportunities because you're so pinpoint on finding this person. And they're like, relax, just live your life. It's coming. All of the cards that I pulled and all the cards that Don pulled show that it's coming. Just relax and let it flow naturally. The universe doesn't need your help to guide you to where it's supposed to be. They'll get you where you need to be, and it'll happen when you least expect it.
Yes, I agree.
And I don't see it this early part of this year. I'm going to say in the first 6 months, I do not see it.
Yeah, because I saw it at 8, so it's still a little
okay,
down the road. The 8, because again, the 8 is that journey. You're getting there. The 9 is almost there, and then the 10. So yeah, it's going to be a while. It's still not. You have a little ways to go. Be patient. Paciencia, por favor. So who is next? Is Isabella even here? Did she respond? Isabella.
She didn't. Oh, she said thank you so much.
Okay. I was like, did you cut and run? By the way, by the time I cut and run, and before anybody cuts and runs, make sure you do this. And that's for our Facebook folks. For those who are on YouTube, you want to do this, please. All righty then. Who is next?
And Crystal, I hope you are watching because you want love reading. Jack Mac, I can answer your question. You wanted to know why is this person being shy? I'm not going to tap into that person's energy. So even if you were on the list, I would have only given you a general question about love. But what Spirit is telling me about you in this situation is if this person can't speak to you or can't tell you how they feel, then maybe you don't need to know. You're asking me to go into somebody else's energy and read a question or read their thoughts. And I don't go into, the other person's energy because I don't have permission, but I would have given you a general reading. And so, again, if there's time, you can stick around and see if anybody isn't here because I've seen you before and we do enjoy having you in there. But again, stick around. We may have time later to do it for you.
And also, it's like kind of what you were talking before, Angie, when we were talking, you said, if you want to know how somebody feels about you, Yesterday was Valentine's Day. Were they with you last night?
Oh, yes. That is. Oh, yes. Jack Mack, were you with that person yesterday? Were you two like in, communicado yesterday? Like, that tells you a lot.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Linda, nice to see you in there. Hopefully you're having a good vacation.
Oh, she says she's in from New York. Oh, from the New York in Vegas. My phone is also going to die. Have a good night. Hey, Miss Linda.
Have a fantastic time, Miss Linda. Enjoy yourself.
Miss Linda, if you get a random pack of bay leaves in the mail, they're from me. I need you to do some work for me.
Your special burn.
I heard that you are the burn guru or the bay leaf guru.
Burn, baby, burn. Just go
exactly. Burn. I may need you. Okay. So Miss Linda says she's loving it. So Jody says losing hope on hearing. What do you see on hearing? Wait, Kenny, you said this was 2 parts. Miss Jody, did you do a follow-up email just to say thank you about it, or what did they tell you the process would be regarding the hiring for this job? She says she had an interview and she's losing hope on hearing back. Let me see.
Jody, be careful about the energy that you send out. Make sure you stay positive because you do not want to be sending some negative energy out there.
Oh, she said
what are you doing in that? Are you in a room and it's too noisy? Is there something we don't know about?
Are you in a casino? Is it clink, ching, 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 ching? Is that what you hear? Or are you are you riding a bull, Miss Linda? Are you in some place where they have a bull riding thing there?
Chicken wow.
Miss Linda, you're supposed to be like in Margaritaville somewhere, just having, dancing on tabletop.
Yeah, I thought maybe she was actually in a room somewhere.
Whoa. Woo!
Just asking, I don't know.
It got hot in here real quick. Lord help the child. All right, Miss Linda, have a good night. Jada said, tell Miss Linda I said she on the other channel.
Oh, Lord.
Okay, so let me see what I get for Miss Jody regarding the job.
Jody, I still see very positive energy around that. Look at this. That's the Ace of Pentacles. So it's like, hello. I still see like 2 more weeks before anything else for what I'm seeing. But again, look at this. It's going to work out for you. I don't know. I'm still seeing it's a positive. That's all I'm saying. What you got, Angie?
The cards flew out of my hand, so I'm just gonna hear back. I'm just gonna do the pendulum.
The victory card. Look at that. The Chariot. Success. So
is Jody going to receive good news regarding the job interview that she had 2 weeks ago? And I'm getting a yes, you are. They're showing me the Temperance card, but they're also showing me the Emperor card, where you have like for me the Emperor card in the deck that they're showing it to me is someone who has the chess piece in their hand, like they're the master of the game. And so at this point it's just you waiting on your final result. But I do think that in this situation, you have the upper hand, you have the leadership quality and skills that they are looking for. And so again, the pendulum said yes. And so I do think that you are going to get a positive result from this interview. Just be patient with it. And a positive result could also mean not this job, but this job better suits you. So it may not be necessarily that job. It could be another job in the company, because I've applied for a job and I've had companies be like, well, we were thinking maybe this job for you instead of that job. And then this job could be even better than that job before. So be open to all possibilities, and then just ask your guys, what is it that you need to do to prepare for this job? Or are you still looking for another job? I never stop looking for a job until, you know what I'm saying? While I'm on the interview process, I'm still looking for another job, or, I'm still looking. I don't ever give up on looking until I sign, until I decide that this is where I want to be. So I would continue to look for jobs, but I'm getting that you're going to get a positive results out of it. She says I actually applied for 2 jobs at the same company. And you know what? That is a thought that they gave me. It's not maybe not this one, but the next one. So be open to, again, all the possibilities. But I do get, like Don said, victory and success in that situation. And I got a yes from the pendulum that you'll get it just a little bit. And I know that it's hard to be patient when you're trying to find a job. But again, keep looking for other situations. You may think this is the ideal job and there's another ideal job. Remember, I've had that situation where I thought that the grass was greener on the other side. Nope, go right back to the other side. So be mindful.
I can explain that to a sword I had too, which could be, again, the option of 2 jobs. So, but again,
and then I got the Page of Pentacles, which is news coming in about a job or information that you need to know. So I feel like it's gonna come for you. It could be a little while. Like Don said, 2 weeks. I got a 2 also, and I didn't know if that was 2 days or 2 weeks, and so I did get the 2. But again, this is the Page of Pentacles. This is good. This is information coming in about a material blessing or something tangible. So again, I do think that you're gonna get good news on it. Just go ahead and think positive about it. See yourself at that job. See yourself driving into that job. Look up, what restaurants are in the area. Prepare yourself for it. Like I prepare myself to move into the house that I have yet to buy yet. Like I have all the things I need for my meditation room. I just don't have the meditation room yet, but I know that it's coming. Exactly, JD. Great to have options. That is correct. And that kind of gives you a little bit of wiggle room. Like sometimes we take jobs even that we don't want, or we take salaries that we're not really okay with because we don't have any options. If you have multiple options, you can say, well, this person offered me this, or maybe I'll go over to there. And then sometimes they'll bump it up or sometimes they won't, but at least you have multiple options. So never stop looking until you find the job that you actually really, really want.
Absolutely.
So that's what I got for you, Miss Jody, and I hope that helps.
Even when I was employed, I always kept my ear to the ground listening for any possibility.
Exactly.
No, it's kind of, again, it goes back to like the investing thing. You always keep your ears open. You keep your ear to the ground because you never know what you might miss.
Again, when I worked at University of Phoenix, we were education. I had a friend who I used to work there with. She called me for another job in compliance, and that's how I got into compliance in all those years ago. And so I've moved forward with compliance, but I was laser focused on education. She called me for this opportunity, and it's just been opportunity after opportunity that's put me into compliance. And I've had more options in compliance than I've had in the education field. So be open to the possibilities at all times.
Yeah, and it's worked out. You found some good opportunities.
Exactly.
All
right, who's next, Tina?
Stephanie St. Augustine. Hi, may I have a reading for my highest, please? Oh, your highest and best self, is that what you're saying? Is that what you're saying? Okay. I think that's what the implication there is. Okay. Stephanie, I see right now, I'm getting the energy of like you're jumping through hoops, that you are jumping through hoops and spinning your wheels. I feel like you, I feel like, again, you're looking for something and you're trying to do different things to try to make something happen. And it isn't, everything you try just doesn't seem to get traction. And I feel like, again, you're just like spinning. And I guess your question then would be, what I'm getting from that then is your question is how can you get unstuck and therefore find that to achieve that higher level? I think part of it is hush. You got to quiet the mind. You got to quiet spirit, and you got to listen a little more. I think you're given direction. I think that you're giving great advice. I think the spirit's giving you advice, but I don't know if you're able to quiet your mind enough So where you're listening in. And so I think if nothing else, you're frustrating spirit. And then when you make a decision, even though spirit's like maybe not in that direction, or they're nudging you or helping you, you're too focused on, again, you're too focused on how you believe it should be. Sometimes what we believe it should be doesn't mean that it is going to be that way. It just means that's what we think. So again, listen to spirit, please. Listen to spirit and give spirit the opportunity to have a conversation. And listen to spirit give you some feedback. And again, one exercise to do, this exercise that we did the other night, before we did one of our classes, take an object and sit in front of you and just stare at her 5 minutes. It is one of the most irritating things to do for the first time. Because you're like, damn, okay, is it 5 minutes yet? Put a stopwatch. But I'm telling you, after you've done it, and you focus on it for 5 minutes, it's amazing when you really, truly focus on the object and you don't let anything else distract you. All you think about is the object, the shape, the size, whatever you want, but all it's about the object. You'd be surprised how open all of a sudden your mind is, because now you're focused, and use that focus to your advantage. Okay, that's what I'm getting. So again, you can get unstuck. You're being told how to get unstuck, but you're not listening. So listen clearly. Okay, the first thing again is find the direction. The second thing to do is understand that it is not a straight arrow from where you are to where the destination is. You will have turns. Okay. What you got, Angie?
Don, that is so, you are so right. And because I couldn't focus. I couldn't get in one thing. It was like a little bit here, a little bit here, a little bit here. And I feel like that's why you didn't ask a specific question, because you can't even figure out what you want to concentrate on or what direction you want to go, because you have so many things. And they show you like a bunny rabbit just bopping around from here to here to here to here to there. It's kind of like me sometimes. I'll start cleaning my room. And so I'm like, oh, let me go put a load of clothes in the washer. So I'll go and start the washer. Oh, let me start the dishwasher to wash some dishes. Oh, okay. You know what? Now I'm coming back to get the clothes. I take the clothes in there. Let me sweep the floor. Let me clean up the stuff. And so I'm bopping all around the house, and no one thing is completely getting done, but a whole bunch of things have gotten started. And so you seem to have very scattered energy where you can't settle in on any one thing. And again, a focus exercise would definitely help you. Even if it's just sitting and listening to some music, going outside. Let me tell you something. Going outside is very, very, very therapeutic for me. When I can't get outside and have my walk, it just isn't a good day for me. On those days when it's really, really, really cold, Spirit will tell me to go get on a treadmill. And like Don says, we always want to do it the way that we want to do it. I want to go outside in the sunshine. And what Spirit is telling me, sometimes it's just a meditation and the repetition of getting outside of yourself that helps you to focus. So if I would just go and get on the treadmill, like they said, then maybe I would focus, but I want to go outside. I want to do it my way, because that's the way I want it to be done. And what Don is truly saying, and what they're telling me also for you, is you're getting good advice. You just want to see it this way. Oh, you said I'm going to get a good job. Oh, you said my income is going to increase. Well, this is how I want my income to increase. I thought that all my increases had to be from the sweat of my brow. Like I had to work. It had to be labor intensive. And Spirit is showing me it doesn't always have to be that way. There are other options, but those are also things that I prayed for in the past. But because it was taking longer than I wanted it to, I went back to what I know. Work. And so sometimes we ask for things, but when it doesn't happen the way that we want, when we want, or as fast as we want, we go back to what we know. I know how to work. I know how to do things and burn, like Don said, kind of like a hamster on a wheel. You're burning your own energy and you're getting nowhere. So I did get the victory card for you. I did get the 6 of Wands. So there is victory and recognition coming for you. You just need to focus it down. So find an activity, even if it's knitting. It could be knitting. It could be puzzles. It could be, watching something on TV. One surefire way to get me to have, to raise my vibration is to watch something funny on TV. Today, I was in a sour mood when I woke up, because I was like, why was I up all night? I couldn't get to sleep. I woke up at 3 a.m. and I was up all night. I turned on Dan and Shay, because that's one of my favorite country singing groups, Dan and Shay. And once that music started, you couldn't even be in a bad mood, because they're just so, so happy and so lively. You just kind of find yourself bopping around. And then the next thing you know, your whole vibration is up. And then the next thing you know, I'm texting somebody else to tell them how great I feel. And then next thing you know, my whole day has changed. You have to set the tone to what you want to do. I know the things that need to get me out of the mood that I am. Something funny, walking outside, some kind of thing that gets me out of my regular everyday activity, music. I know all the things because over the years, these are the things that have helped me to focus. Find your focus factors and then concentrate on them. And it won't be the same thing every day, and keep expanding them. It may not be the same thing all the time. Find your focus factors is what I have. But victory is yours once you find your focus factors.
Yep, absolutely.
You say, yes, I love laughing. And let me tell you somebody who will make you, oh my gosh, Don, I was watching Designing Women the other day, and it is still hilarious. Designing Women was on the other day, and it just cracks me up. And I always love the Golden Girls. They're funny to me. And there are other shows that I like too, but those are classics that always make me laugh. Frasier. Just find one of the sitcoms that you like and just watch it, and then laugh. And you'll see in no time your vibration is up and you feel a lot better. Find your focus factor.
You know, it's interesting. I can tell you, I love one of my favorite scenes in all the Designing Women shows. There's a few of them. I love when Julia goes off. There's two scenes that are amazing. One scene is when she goes off at this woman who is going off about them designing a funeral for a guy who's dying from AIDS, and she's like, if God was giving out venereal diseases for whatever, you'd be at the free clinic all the time, and so would we all. I love it, and it's great. And the other one is when she takes on Miss Georgia, the new Miss Georgia, who was putting down her sister, and she's like, Suzanne, and she goes off, and I mean, she's in her face, and it's like, but she's not yelling. She's just talking very sternly, as Julia can do, and Julia is just laying into this woman, and she's like, that's the night. She said, I want you to know, and so to ensure that your children will know that that's the night the lights went out in Georgia. It's like, yes! It's a great scene. I love it. I absolutely love it. So that's one of my favorite shows.
The one that I just saw was the one where they all went on vacation and they hired this nanny, but it was a really tall, really voluptuous woman. And this is where the sister, not Suzanne, but what?
Suzanne, did you talk about at the end when Suzanne handles the problem, if you know what I mean, right?
Right. And she says everything about you's too big. Your personality's too big. You're too tall, and your knockers are too big.
You're too big.
She had to go. Yes. And her husbands were so in love with her and thought that she was so beautiful. And she was like, you need to go. I love it.
Sitting there with a little tiara, right?
Yeah, and she put a tiara.
Yes, in her morning gown, right? And it's funny because when Suzanne says that, you're too big, and she says, you know what, I know, because I'm too big. Exactly.
That was the exact part that I love. I love Designing Women. So those are fun. Like, those are things that bring me joy. And it's just mindless activity that takes me out of my regular world. Know your focus factors, things that take you into another level that make you joy. Listen, if Dan and Shay, let me tell you, that is a good group to listen to. I love them. They're so lively. They're so fun. Their music is so upbeat. You can't, how could you listen to them and just not get, next thing you know, your foot's tapping, you're kind of just, sitting in your chair and you're like, wow, my whole attitude is different. Find your focus factor.
Yes. And one more thing for everybody to kind of always remember is that we are two beings in this world. This is my belief. That's not everybody. This is mine. We are of this physical being, and then we have a spiritual being who is identical to us. And between the two of us is a silver cord, and that connects us to our spiritual being. And so we are energy. We are vibrational energy. And when your spirit, it needs vibration, it needs energy, it needs that. And if it doesn't get it, you come down. And so when you raise it up, all it does is it helps it to communicate better with other spirits. So again, it's like we think it's here, and it is partly, but again, it's that invisible spirit us who is again rattling and doing all this stuff for us, so we can continue to carry on our daily life in this physical form. So.
Exactly. Again, they always say we are spiritual beings in a physical body.
Yep.
So spirit always needs that extra among everything else. Our physical bodies can only take so much, but our spiritual bodies needs that higher power, that higher vibration. So always feed that spirit and it'll pick that body up.
Yep. And when we pass, that's when that cord is cut between the two, and the body loses all the energy because the spirit takes the energy and power, and bye-bye. So there you go. Diana.
She wants a general reading. This was the lady who was asking about her son and the wife, but now she wants, or a possible wife, and now she's saying she just wants a general.
Okay. Diana.
Miss Diana, are you still here?
Diana, Diana is okay. Even though I'm not going to read what your son's thinking, okay? But I do see his name. Is it Kyle? Is your son's name Kyle? And was he prior military or something? And also, did he just have a son? Did he not child? I don't know if it's a son. I see a child. And like in December, did he have a child? And are you sure that any of this matter?
She asked a question about a kid, something about what sign he was going to be. Like her question was very in depth about her son's life and everything. But I don't know if she is still here. Miss Diana, are you still here? And she's on Facebook, so it could take a minute for the feed to catch up. And she's on your page too, Don.
Okay. Yeah. Well, Diana, while you're there, hit that subscribe button and follow if you're there.
Yes, everybody, like, share, comment, and subscribe. Please subscribe to both sides. If you're on my side, go to Don's side. If you're on Don's side, go to my side, because we all go live at different times. And Don said very descriptive. I mean, Fern says, dang, Don, very descriptive. Are you psychic? You might be psychic, Don.
Well, anyway, I don't think she's here.
Are you here? Going once, going twice, going 3 times? We had a great reading for you. Where did you go?
I know. That grandchild. My gosh. I do see it. I see a grandchild that just arrived in December, and I think it's Kyle's. And I see her son's name is Kyle. So, oh well. Next. Hey, Karen Stein, how are you? Karen Stein Roca from Baltimore, MD. Nice to see you in. Nice to see you here with us tonight.
Hi, Dewan. He says he's my cousin Mario. Hi, how are you?
As soon as you said Dewan, I thought of this.
Mid-Twan?
It's the Twan, right? It's like,
when I saw you preview that on Tuesday or Monday with Miss Susan, I was like, oh, look at that. I like that. Okay. All right. So Diana didn't come through. We had a good reading for you. I really was getting good information for you. But okay. So Billy Joe said general, please.
All right.
Billy Joe says general.
Billy Joe, did I just read for you the other day? Because I think I read for you and told you get moving. Because it's Florida, Pennsylvania, the question, or Georgia, Pennsylvania. I forget what it is. I don't know. Or at least that's the energy I'm getting. So, I think, to be honest with you, I think that when you go back to Pennsylvania, you're going to go back there for a visit. I think when you go back there for a visit, that you're going to feel like maybe you need to not go back, because again, sometimes you can't go back home for long. You can go back home, but not forever. And so I'm getting the kind of energy about that. I'm getting a feeling of maybe, again, the trip back home makes sure that.
Mario, delete all of your birthday information. We do not like for you to put your sign or your birthday information. There are people who will steal your identity. So just go and delete all of your information about your birthday, and you put your whole everything in there. Just delete that for me, please. I don't like for people to put that information, because there are people who will come in here and they'll respond to you or they'll steal your identity, and I do not want that. So just delete that. And we don't need to know that in order to do a reading for you. That's not how we read. So please delete all of your information.
Yeah, and unless you're an astrologer, and sorry, I didn't mean to highlight that. Unless you're an astrologer, no one else, no reader should need that, unless, again, you're an astrologer, because astrologers have to get the exact date, time, and place of birth because of the way the stars line. But I assure you that most anybody else, I wouldn't trust them with that information at all. There are too many people out there with too many.
Oh no, don't be sorry. We just want to protect you and your information, because there are people who will come on here and who'll inbox or who'll go through the comments after we're done and they'll steal your information. I just don't want you to have to go through that. So I'm also leery of anybody who needs to know my sign, because that's just not how we read. We just read your energy. And so whatever it is that they show us, that's what they show us. Who were we reading, Keena? Who was it? Billy Joe, and she wanted to know. Okay, she says she's in Atlanta, Georgia right now, but wants to live in PA. Oh, okay. So is that along with what you said, Don? She says she's in Atlanta. Okay.
Yeah, I think that you should visit Pennsylvania. I think that you're going to be, if you spend a little time in Pennsylvania, you may realize that the idea sounded so much better than the reality, and it may have you rethinking that concept. Okay, that's all I'm thinking. So again, go there, visit, and see what we're talking about. I do see the need, I see the desire, but I just don't. I think ultimately the experience of a short period of time will give you a feel of what you may be experiencing long term. And you've lived there before. You've lived in Pennsylvania before, so again, it's going back home kind of feel. That's the energy I'm getting. Go ahead.
There is something about movement, because the very first card I got that popped out and I put back was the Knight of Wands. So there is movement. Knights is movement. That's fast movement. But the Emperor popped out twice. You're trying to find some kind of stability, some kind of structure, some kind of control. And so that's what you're looking for, is some kind of stability in a spot where you have people to surround you. And so then the next card I got was Temperance. But then Spirit told me to ask you, what's holding you back? What is that pessimism? What is that negativity? What is that negative association? Is there something that you have to deal with when you get back home that you're not ready to deal with? So there's something that's telling you to hold on, but there's also some kind of negative attitude or memory or something that is holding you back. There's some pessimism. There's a negative attitude that is there. I don't feel like this is addiction. I feel like this is just a negative attitude or something that is keeping you from moving forward. Mental health, ego, or something like that. There is something that is holding you back from this. You want stability and this Emperor energy, but something is holding you back. And then they're saying just to be patient. The information you need is coming. This is that leadership. These are the two that you want. You want the stability and you want that leadership. It's all there for you. Just be patient a little bit and deal with whatever that is. So I would ask Spirit, what is it? Or, no, you know what? Release all that no longer serves me. What is it that I need to release in order to be okay? Whatever that negative attitude, what is that ego? Let me tell you, ego don't care whether what it is that you're trying to accomplish is for your good or not. Ego wants to be in control. So there's something about control that you're trying to get. And what they're saying is you need to go ahead and let that go, or, ask your ego to sit back. I've often had to tell my ego, look, this is for our highest and greatest good. This is what Spirit is telling us to do. Can you just take a back seat, or can you sit down? Or I've sat that part of me down. I set my ego down to allow me to move forward and to heal or to do whatever it is. And so in this situation, there's some healing that you need to do. And this is that temperance. This is that balance, not necessarily weight, but balancing things in your life. It says balance. It says peace. It says patience. It says moderation. So when you temper something, you know what I'm saying? You're making the temperatures match, or you're making whatever it is balance out. And so that's what you need to do. What is it? Too much ego, or is it too much fear? Is it too much pessimism and not enough positivity? You need to find the balance in you so that you to that leadership and so you can move forward. So this is what you want, but this is what you have to deal with in order to get there. So it does look positive for you and moving forward. Again, the first thing I got was the Knight of Wands, and the Knight is very quick. Remember, the Knight moves in haste, it moves in fast, it moves in passion, and you need to be able to control, to be aware of that and have that patience and balance things out. So trying to get my daughter back to PA to help. Well, trying to get back to PA to help my daughter. That's fine, but be aware of what is necessary for you. Because I've known people who wanted to move to go and help another family member out. And when they got there, the family member didn't want the help in the way that they were trying to give it to them. So make sure that your daughter wants the help that you're trying to give to her. And she may need the help, but she may not want it in the way that you want to give it to her. So be aware of all those things. Make sure there's an understanding when you get there of what that help is that you're going to get. Is it financial? Is it resources? Is it daycare? Is it time? Is it emotional support? Make sure there's an understanding of what you're going to give to her when you get there, because you could have a picture of what you think help is, and she could have a totally different idea of what she think help is. And then again, they don't balance and they don't work. Talk that out while you're making the plans to get there, and then set your intentions on getting there and ask your higher power. This is where I am in Atlanta, Georgia. This is where I want to be. What do I need to do to get from here to there? What is my next step? Sometimes we want to know when, we want to know how. It's not always for us to know how. What is my next step to get there? Okay. If it's look for a job, if it's look for a house, if it's whatever it is, do that next step. Each step brings us closer. We don't always need to see the whole picture in order to do everything that we need to do. So again, ask what your next step is. This is where I am. This is where I want to be. What is my next step to get me there? And then along the way, how do I release all those things that no longer serve me? And then make sure an understanding of what that means for you. You said mainly for my grandkids. Does that mean that you live in a house with her and the kids? Does that mean you have your own place? Is there a spouse that may come into contact? There's a lot of things you have to consider when you say you're going to help your daughter out. So be aware of all those things when you're getting ready to go.
Absolutely. And with that said, another shameless plug for my son's smudging kits. Here we go. This is the commercial.
Oh my gosh. I just love that. Don is so talented with those commercials. Again, get your smudging kits. And be prepared to cleanse your house. Sometimes we just need to cleanse our house. I literally just did lit some every morning I get up, I burn incense. I like the smell of it. I like the aroma of it. I'm also a Bible baby, so one of the things they used to talk about is the priest burning the incense in the temples and the smell, the aroma being pleasing to the Lord. I like the smell of incense burning in the morning, so I'll get up and I'll burn my incense, or sometimes I'll light some Palo Santo, or I'll have my coffee or whatever it is. I like the aroma. So set your space, set your intention for your space and what you want. When I did my bay leaves today, I did some for releasing some things, some from pulling some things in. I did the cinnamon. I put cinnamon on there for to bring in my abundance, and I lit them with the little charcoal logs that I have, and I let them burn. And the aroma of the bay leaves burning was pleasing to me. I like that, and I called in that positive energy, and I let out that negative energy. I had the door open. That is one of the things you want to know with your smudging kits too. Have that door, that window open, because you don't want them smoke alarms going off and all that. And then you also want to release that negative energy. You're trying to get rid of negative energy. If you're smudging and burning, you need the window open to let that out. And that was one of the things that my grandmother did every single day. And I didn't realize it until I got into the metaphysical. She would open her door every single morning, winter, spring, summer, fall. every day she opened her door, she let that sunshine in. And so I was looking at something. It might have been one of those people that were talking about feng shui, or it could have been one of those people who were talking about energy. And they were like, sometimes you have to open a window or a door and let that stale energy out and let the air circulate and bring in positive, more energy. So sometimes it's just as simple as I'll open my patio door for a little while, even when it's cold, because y'all know I hate being cold. I'll open that patio door, let that fresh air come in, and then I'll close it. It's just circulating that stale air out and letting that new positive energy in from the sunshine. So always be mindful of that.
Absolutely. That's why they always talk about spring cleaning so much, because spring cleaning is kind of bringing in a new fresh season, a new fresh energy into the summer. So absolutely.
So yeah, sometimes it's just cleaning out that old energy. One of the things, because Mario, I read your question about wanting to come home. It's about to be a new moon. And one of the things you could do, and this is very simple, I release those things that no longer serve me. So be prepared for the people, places, things, emotions, attitudes, strongholds, any ideas and things to be released with that new moon. So the new moon is on the 20th. I would start saying it now, because this is the diminishing of the moon. The full moon has already happened. So this is the diminishing. So it's taken away. I would allow it to take those things with it. So when the new moon comes, I would set my intention for the things that I want. When I say set intentions, it's just you praying for the things that you want. I know that our background is very religious in our family. And so one of the things I would say for you is to just essentially say, I release those things that no longer serve me, or tell your higher power, remove all those things that made me harm, remove all those things that no longer serve a purpose in my life, and then watch all those things dissolve and evaporate. So you don't have to ask me what to do about your situation in your home. Ask your higher power. You know how to pray. You know how to make things happen in your life. So go ahead, release those things that no longer serve me, and watch all those people, places, and things start to disappear from your life that are not necessary for your growth and your abundance. I know that you're a hard worker, and you're a very good family person. So again, release those things that no longer serve you, and you'll move forward.
But be ready and prepared sometimes to be told that there's certain energies or people that maybe need to be jettisoned, and you may not be ready, and you may not even be ready to hear it, but down deep you're like, yeah, I know.
Exactly. Listen, when I say release those things that no longer serve me, sometimes, like I said, when I have a heightened, frustrated day, why am I so angry? Oh, there's something that needs to be released. I can remember driving down the street and just being in tears and not even knowing why. Like, you're mad because the light was red too long. And so I'll say, this isn't logical for you, Angie. Why are you so emotional? Why are you, so frustrated? I let those things go, and then my attitude changes. But you have to recognize that they have to go. And when you say I release those things and people start to drop off, don't try to hold on to them. Let them go. You're asking your higher power, but then you want to walk it through the way that you want to. You either take your hands off of it and let your higher power do it, or you do it in your own might and struggle through it. But you have to decide, am I going to do it, or am I going to let them do it? And just say, what's my next step? You said you want to love life. You want to have a positive atmosphere in your house. Then that's what you pray for. You ask God, how do I have a positive atmosphere? Or how do I have a positivity in my home? How do I get to the point where I just love life? This is where I am. This is where I want to be. What do I need to do to get from where I am in this state of mind to where I love life in this state of mind? So just ask. You have not because you ask not. There you go. Who's next, Keena?
Righty then.
V, are you still here? Because there's no need in me giving this long speech if you're not even here. Are you here, Miss? It must be Miss V, because you said junior, and I get a female energy. I also get the energy that you already know what the situation is. You just want me to confirm something about what this person's intentions is. This is what I would tell you. And this is literally coming straight from the heavens, because I am not going to read his intentions for you. Because again, I've said, you give me permission to go into your energy. He doesn't give me permission to go into his energy. And so what I'm going to say to you is, when you think about the way this person's treated you, if you had to describe to your best friend how he treated you, would you be ashamed of some of the things that he's done to you, said to you, or ways he's made you feel? So if you were telling your friend like, oh, I met this guy, Junior, he's blah, 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 would you be comfortable telling your friend the things that he's done to you, said to you, or the way he's treated you? Or how do you feel? How does what he does to you make you feel? Does it bring joy to you to think about, oh, I'm going to text him, he's going to text me back, or he's not going to text me back? What does this relationship bring to you? You already know the answer. You want me to confirm something that you already know about this person. And usually when we come to ask what somebody's intentions are or how they feel, it's because we don't like the way that they're making us feel. We don't come to ask somebody how somebody feels about us when they're giving us love and attention and the support and the guidance that we want. So there is something that you are not pleased with in the relationship, and that's what you want to know. So what I'm going to do is do a general love reading for you, but I'm not going to tell you about Junior's intentions. So I'll pull a couple cards regarding love for you. But again, Spirit is telling me you already know the answer to this, because you know how this person makes you feel. How does he make you feel? Where was he at yesterday? Yesterday was Valentine's Day. Were you two together? Were you happy? Were you unhappy? Was there a good positivity between you two? You know the answers. You're just asking us because you want someone else to tell you what you already know. Hi, Miss Crystal.
She's not here, right? Or is she? Did I miss?
She said she was here. She said yes. It's down there a couple back.
Okay.
And like Kelly said, if it feels bad, then bye. Bye-bye. Exactly. If it doesn't feel good to you, then you know that that's not what you want. Don't try to turn a red flag pink and saying, well, it could be if you look at it this way, that way, even though he says this or that. You know what you want. You teach people how to treat you. Again, what card did you get? The Hierophant. That's that journey. That's that higher knowing. That's you. Again, and the way they're showing it to me is, this is you wanting that traditional marriage, that family, that institution. The Hierophant is that institution. You know what I'm saying? That you want that marriage, you want that traditional role, you want all those things that come along with the marriage, but you don't feel like that's where this is going. And that's why you're asking me this question. So you know what you want. Are you willing to settle for whatever he's going to give you? And this is you holding on to something that no longer serves you, holding on to something that you know isn't true. This is why you're coming to me. This is you holding on. This is you needing to let go. So let me get one more card for you. In this situation, the overall outcome. You're not in a relationship with this person. Lord have mercy. That's all I have for you, Miss V. I don't have anything else.
Yeah. I'm drawing blank. I'm not sorry. No energy today. No energy hitting me today for you, V. Maybe another time, but just tonight, that energy is not there connecting. So sorry. Next one is Stephanie De Silva. Susie Stephanie Silva. Susie, are you here? By the way, sorry. Yes, you are here. Okay, good. Susie.
Susie, are you asking me what day, time, place? What is it that you want to know? Are you wanting to know if you're going to have a child in the next year, in the next 9 months? What is it that you want to know? Because you said, could you see when I'm going to have my first child? So you want to know if you're going to have a child in the next 6 months? Are you having sex currently? Are you asking me the birds and bees of it, like how it happened? Because if you're not having sex, then you're not going to have a child. You want to know. Class starts at 6 o'clock on Tuesday, 6 o'clock Mountain Standard Time, Kelly. Don, you have a crystal ball. What does this?
Did you actually finally get married? Because I see an engagement, but has the marriage taken place yet? And that's not, I guess that's neither here these days. It doesn't matter whether you're married or not, but it's just kind of a question in my head. And if it is,
she said, yes, I'm having sex. Yes, I have a partner. So,
but are you married or are you just engaged? Because I'm getting the engaged feeling, and I feel it's recently you got engaged.
She's
so
engaged.
You're engaged, and you want to know already. You're not even married, and you want to know about a child. It seems to me it's kind of putting the cart before the horse. I'm. Yeah. So when is the wedding? Because again, I saw the engagement, but I didn't see the wedding. So when is the wedding? And is it your hope that you're not walking to the altar with a baby bump? Do you see what I'm saying? You see where we're going?
Or are you trying to ensure that the marriage is going to happen with a baby bump? Oh, the wedding is next month, so you want to be pregnant immediately. My answer is I don't know. I just don't know, and maybe that is because Spirit is not telling me when you're going to get pregnant. I don't know. That's the best answer that I have for you, and I'm being honest. I don't know when you're going to get pregnant.
Well, for me, I'm not comfortable answering the question, to be honest with you. There'll be other people online. Go to another one, YouTube or something, that will answer. I'm not comfortable with answering it, only because I'm not sure you're supposed to know, and I'm not. I think that I don't know. And in my head, I just can't seem to get beyond the fact that you're not even. You haven't made it to the altar yet. You have a month left.
Well, and that's what I got. Like there's a mystery behind it. Like you're not supposed to know every single step of your way. Like I feel like if we tell you, oh, it's going to happen within the next 6 months, your next question is going to be, is it a boy? Is it a girl? Is it, is it going to be this sign or that sign? Like you want to know every single detail. You don't want to leave anything up to the heavens or the fates. And they're just not showing me that information. And sometimes that information just isn't presented to me because it's not something that I need to know. But what I keep hearing is that's a question for you and your higher power. That's something you need to work out. And I'm just not equipped to tell you that. My guides, my higher power, none of them are giving me any information about that. Is there something about, do you want a little girl? That is one of the things I'm getting. Are you wanting a little girl, and do you want to give her your grandmother's name? Is that what you're very concerned about? Because I feel like you want a little girl, and I hear something about your grandmother. It's on my left side that I'm getting the tingle. So is it your mom's mom that you want to name your child after, or something, or some connection to your grandmother? You don't care about the sex. Well, they're showing me a little girl, and they're showing me some connection to your grandmother. So that's all I'm getting, is that there's a desire for a little girl, because I see pink. I see a pink dress, and then I get your grandmother. Or have you lost the child? So maybe they're showing me that the baby is with your grandmother, because I get a little girl and I get a connection to your grandmother. Oh, well, I don't know then. This isn't your energy, and I'm going to move on. Sorry, Miss Susie.
Next.
I do hear Susie come on, and I do feel like that's your grandmother saying, Susie, come on. There is a connection to your grandmother. You're very rigid about the answers that you're giving. And there is some connection to your grandmother and this little girl, because I hear Susie come on. But we can move on to the next person. Kate, are you still here? Your grandmother can still be alive and there still be a connection to her. That doesn't mean she's dead because I said there's a connection to her. You assumed that because I said there's a connection to her that she's dead. I just said there's a connection to your grandmother. Miss Kate, is it Hartshorn? Are you still here? Oh my gosh, exactly, Don. That to make sure that happens. Yep, that's what that is. Exactly. That's exactly what, yeah. Okay, Kate's not here. We just did Susie. Is Zara here? Is Jan here? Is Pretty Unique here?
Is anybody here?
Yasha is here because she's way down on the list, but she is here. Yasha Rose. Oh, Zara. Oh, Zara's here too. Okay, so let's take Zara because she's technically before. Oh, Jan's here too.
Zara. Can I get a career reading?
Yes, you can definitely get a career read. I love a career reading. Praise the Lord, people.
Hey to the Manses. And while we're giving a career reading, while we are setting things up, don't forget, if you're on Facebook, please do this little magic trick. And if you're on YouTube, Zara. I love that name, Zara. There's a lot of energy to it for me, Zara.
All right. Well, thank you, Miss Susie. We're glad that you stopped by. I'm glad that the part about the engagement resonated with you. I hope that everything works out, and I hope that you're big and plump and pregnant by the time that you get walk down that aisle, because that seems to be your intention. So keep on procreating every night, and you never know. Those eggs will line up. You know, there are apps that'll track your ovulation that'll help you do that right on. They'll tell you right now, hey, that egg's about to drop. Boop, boop, boop. And there it is. And there you go. So keep on procreating.
Next one.
The drama? Could it be me?
Just a little shift in energy there.
Praise him, people. Lord help the child. Lord help the child. Lord help the child. Lord help the child. Woo! Zara. Let's get this career on the fast track. Okay, so immediately, Zara, when I read the word career for you, I saw a motorcycle, and I saw, again, mode of transportation makes sense to me. So for you, I saw you on a motorcycle taking off. Okay, so now they're showing me a big person on the motorcycle and you holding on to this person. Are you staying in a position that you no longer fit in, or in a job that you know you should be leaving? I feel like you're holding on to something that you are unable to hold on to, or you're trying to hold on to something that you should not be holding on to. You are ready to move forward, and you're holding on to something that you don't. And for me, a motorcycle is independent. Are you thinking about starting your own job or your own business, but you're holding on to a position that you no longer are comfortable in, or that you no longer fit in? So I feel like you should, exactly, Jojo. That's, Lord, where's my wand? Praise. Zara, you're there's a fear of stepping out, because they show you in a shadow, and then you're stepping your foot out into the sunlight, and then you're pulling it back, and then you're stepping it out, and then you're pulling it back. And so okay, so you just started a business in the arts. Okay, so that was you holding on to something that you needed to let go of. So there's the independence. That's why you were on a motorcycle, because this is you alone. Is it too big? Do you feel like this is more than you thought it was? Because the person on the motorcycle is huge. They're too big for you to wrap your arms around it. So it's more than you thought it was. Or I'm trying to figure out if they're telling me the success is more than you thought it was going to be, or the business was more work than you thought it was going to be. Because I get the cup, the Page of Cups, which is information coming in. There is intuition coming in, like you know what you should be doing. And so she says, writing podcasts, books. I started a business in the arts. Is it bigger than you thought it was going to be, or is it more work? Because the person that you're wrapping your arms around, your arms don't fit quite around it. So it was more than you thought it was going to be. It was too much for you. It's too much for you. Okay. Don, if you have anything, you can go ahead, because I'm trying to play through the picture that they're showing me.
Mm-hmm. Well, okay. Do not take this as sexist, but I'm being told, put on your big boy pants, damn it. You know, you're right now, you're having some issues, you're hitting some roadblocks, and you're doing poor me, poor pitiful me, and you're falling back into your culturally defined role and saying, oh, poor me because of whatever. No, come on. Grow a pair and get to it. Get down to it and do the work. You're strong enough to do it, but you just don't believe, you just want to, it's like, you know, again, you bit off more than you can chew, you thought. I believe you can chew it. I believe you can do a great job with it. Again, you have this energy here. Look at this. You have a King of Pentacles. You have the King of Swords. The King of Swords is saying, you know what? You're thinking differently now. You're in a whole different level, a whole different game. And you can do it, but it's taking you some rethinking, a way in which you thought before is not going to help you. And then here again is that King of Pentacles, which telling you money, money, but it's not going to be easy. It's going to be hard, and you're going to have a hard time. However, ultimately, the reward is there. So again, I think you really, really underestimated the work it took, and then you finally hit the roadblock. Oh, poor me, I can't do this because of my limitations. You don't have limitations. Your limitations are in your head. And you need to, again, put on your big boy pants, and you need to just face it head on. And you can do this, okay? Do not surrender to it, because if you surrender this time, you'll continue to surrender. That's not the answer. The answer is get out there and shake those damn trees and make it happen. No excuses, no whining, just do it. That's all I get.
That makes sense, Don, because They showed her on a motorcycle. A motorcycle for me is a one-person transportation, but she was trying to wrap her arms around something that was too big. So again, it was more work than she thought it was going to be. So her arms don't fit around it. And she's like, how do I hold on to it? She's holding on for dear life. But then I got the Seven of Wands, and it's not the deception is you're ready to cut and run. What it says on the card, making a run for it. You're ready to cut and run. Like Don said, put on your big boy pants, your big girl panties, or whatever it is, and make it happen. Because the card that came up was Emperor, structure. You know, you need structure. You want stability. You want positivity. You want productiveness. These are the things that you want, but you're ready to cut and run because it was a little bit harder than you thought. It was a little bit more work than you thought. And a lot of times we get the sensationalization that we see on TV. Oh, this person went viral. They put a couple videos out and everything went viral. Don and I have been doing this for over a year. I've gone back and saw some of the posts that come up or some of our lives that came up over a year, and we're still working on it. We're still getting better. If you look at some of our stuff from way in the beginning to right now, all the graphics, all the things we've learned, all the things we've come up with, we're growing. It's a growing process. And sometimes it is frustrating to be, you know what I'm saying, to go from like you're at under 100, then you're at 100, then you're at 200, you're at 300, wanting to reach those goals. So it was a lot more work than you thought it was going to be. It is a lot. Exactly. It is a lot to get back to. So again, it was just more work than you thought. And they're saying you just need structure, you need stability. Sorry, I hit the thing. So you just need structure, you need organization, and you just need to get your ducks in a row. Kind of deciding what you're going to focus on, because I feel like you're trying to focus on everything. And sometimes one thing needs to get started and then you move to the next thing and then to the next thing. You can't do them all if you're scattered a little bit. Some of us can and some of us can't. So go ahead and find that thing that you really like. You said the podcast took off and there's a lot of work to get back through it. So then go ahead and focus on that part and then on the writing and then on the next thing. So again, it was just a lot more work. And that's why they showed me you on a motorcycle and you not being able to wrap your arms around what the problem is or what the thing is. So it was a lot more work than you thought it was. Boy, it took me a long time to get through that image, but it was right on time. You just need to find a little bit more structure. There is success. You have the intuition and you have the ability to know what people want and what people like. You just have to focus on the things that you know and continue to grow. It's not going to all happen for you, or you're not going to know everything that you're supposed to know. Again, me and Don have been doing this for over a year, and we're still growing. So you'll get better at it. And I do feel like you're pretty good at it, because this right here is saying that you have that intuition, you have that ability, you have that know-how. This is where you're trying to be, but you are ready to cut and run a little bit, to kind of step back. You got that apprehension. And so what they're saying is there's success for you. You just need to find the focus factor and then move forward and continue to build on that. But again, it all seems like it's going to be great for you, Zara. All right. Who's next, Keena? And Pretty Unique, you did not miss your turn yet. You are coming up very shortly. Jan is here. She wants a general reading. Immediately when I saw your name, Jan, I saw somebody shooting an arrow at a target. So you're laser focused on where you're supposed to be. Literally an arrow being pulled back and shot forward. So were you making progress, or were you at a point and you feel like you were being pulled back? Because they're showing me you as an arrow. So sometimes the divine has to pull you back in order to push you forward. But I do feel like you're about to take off in whatever endeavor or whatever direction that you're supposed to be. There's a target that you have in mind, or there's something that you've set an intention or wish or desire for. And so I see the bullseye and I see you pull back. So this could be the divine or your higher power pulling you back. So it seems like you're having a setback, but it's pulling you back to launch you forward, because you are definitely headed in the direction of where you want to go. So let me see where it is that you're trying to get to. Don, if you have anything, you could go ahead and get started. But I definitely see you being shot forward. You're just experiencing a little setback right now. And then what is the card that I got? The victory card, the 6 of Wands. That is victory. That is success. That is winning, having the advantages, triumph. That's the very first card that came out for you was victory. So whatever it is, you're going to get victory in it. Recognition. That's what the card says. So all of those things are coming for you. So let me see what else I get for you. I just keep hearing success, success, success. It's all about being ready for the success. Are you ready for it? Hi, Lewis. Thank you. He says he's loved the energy. You're saying wow. I'm not sure if that's wow that it's a good thing or wow that it's a bad thing. Okay, what's this that I got? Again, that Emperor energy. You guys see me shuffling these cards and going through and trying to mix them up, but this is that Emperor energy. This is that success. This is that structure. This is that thing. I like that when I see that coming up. This is that stability. This is you being in that mindset. What I heard was, are you ready for it? Are you ready for what you're asking for? You're being pulled back. Are you ready to go forward? Because an arrow, once it's let go, it shoots fast. So you got to be ready to move forward. So that's what I got. Oh, she says she's been waiting so long. You know what? And the Justice card came up for me mentally, because sometimes they show me the cards and you've been waiting on this to happen. And it's you kind of getting your just due. It's you kind of getting what you think you deserve. And you feel like you've had a really hard time. And it's like, when is it going to be my turn? It's your turn.
Jen, I'm getting a bit of a visitation of her spirit here. This is going to be their father or grandfather energy, dark hair, dark eyes, relatively in good shape. I would say tall, not maybe about as tall as me, maybe a little shorter. I'm getting that. I'm getting chest again, past because of something like in the chest. Was it heart or like a heart attack or something or I don't get I get lung cancer because I'm not getting that so much. I'm getting more of like a heart or something like that. He's been gone for a while, but he's watching over you. He watches over you all the time. He's very caring, very giving. He has a very nice laugh, a very hearty, loving laugh, and it's interesting because I get the way in which he converses with me is he doesn't use a lot of words, but the words he uses them well. So again, he speaks. He's not somebody who talks a ton. He wasn't a talker to talk. He wasn't one of those guys. He was more of a talker who had something to say, and then once he had to say, he said it, and then he was moving on. He was a very strong individual, very confident. Not cocky, just confident. I mean, he was somebody who was comfortable in himself and in his own power. Anyway, that energy is here with you. I don't know if it resonates with you, but that's who is here with me now, and he's here to I don't know. He just came in a sense of he said you just need you need to be lifted up. You need to be lifted up. You're not. He's worried about you because you're not getting lifted up. He feels like you're kind of like an island and you're not getting a lot of support around you, and nobody is lifting you up. Nobody is helping to lift you up, and so he is there with you. He's helping you to keep moving and to keep knowing that you will get what you want and you can get what you want. It all lies within you, and he'll be there. Did I lose you, and does this resonate with you? Because I haven't seen another comment.
I haven't seen another comment either. I think that she's overwhelmed, like emotionally, and you may have taken her all the way over with that father reading. Miss Jan, are you still here?
Dun, 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 dun. Anyway, just know that he is there. He's with you. You're not an island. You are not alone. You don't need to go it alone. You can depend on people, but more importantly, know that when you feel like you're alone, he is there. Okay? He is there. Shall we move on?
All right,
Nick?
who's next? She says she's still here, but she didn't make any. Oh, he might be my spirit guide.
Who is next, Kino?
I think it's a Yasha person because Kina just told her she was. Oh no, pretty unique. So Yasha is after that. Okay.
Hey, pretty unique. Nice to see you in. Nice to see you in.
You're welcome, Jan.
Yes, you're welcome. You're welcome. Welcome.
Don, you can go ahead. I feel like I don't really know what else to tell Miss Pretty Unique. I feel like we've read her a lot, and I just don't know what else to say.
Let me just see if the cards have anything else to say here. Pretty unique. I still see the internal struggle that you, again, constant internal struggle. You've got to break free, but you can't seem to break free. Yeah, and I see the family card here. So I don't know. Pretty guy again. You got to get beyond yourself. You got to get beyond your own stumbles, your own questions about yourself and your situation. You just embrace the fact that you can't know everything, and with that, put a focus on a future destination, a future time, a future goal, and move forward. And ignore all the noise around you. Ignore the chatter. That's about all that I'm getting, unfortunately. So.
You're really in a heavy space. My energy is pulled way down. You're really in a heavy space. I see you sitting kind of like this on the bed, kind of not knowing which direction to go. Things did not work out the way that you want. You had in your mind the way that you thought it was, and you're considering, what if I go back? What if I turn around? What if I take the steps back and not move forward? One of the things that I can tell you is with relocation, and when I relocated, that first year is very hard. What Kina said is that first 3 years is very hard. Relocation is hard. And so I feel like you went forward with what you wanted to do, and it wasn't exactly what you wanted it to be. And so your energy is very, very, very heavy for me. And you're in a stillness, but you don't know which way to go. And so you're hoping that we can tell you which direction to go by us going to your higher power. But when do you go to your higher power and say, what is my next step? What do I need to do to get from where I am to where I want to be? And so I can go to your higher power as many times as you request and give you the information. But if you're not connected also and letting them help you guide, because what I see is there's a lighthouse, there's a light for you, but you're not seeing it because you're not watching in that direction. You're still looking back. Where you were starting to look forward, you're still looking back at what you're missing and what you're not having anymore. And so your energy is very, very heavy for me as I try to sift through it and see what is for your highest and greatest good. So let me just pull some cards because the energy is heavy. And you're not seeing the light that is there to lead you because your head is down in a sadness, and you're struggling with whether I keep moving forward or whether I go back to what I know. And then there's a lot of outside influence about what this person says and what that person says. One of the things that I'm hearing that you need to do, and this is nothing, I don't know you personally. So what I'm hearing is that you need a social media cleanse. You need to step back and have that one-on-one time with your higher power. I'm not sure what your religious where you are in your religion right now, but it's about to be Lent. It's about to be Fat Tuesday. It's about to be that time where people sometimes give up something or sacrifice something for Lent. And maybe social media could be the thing that you could give up. But there's too many things outside yelling at you. This is how they show me people yelling at you, people saying at you, and you being affected by what they say and how they say it about you and what they think about you, versus where you should be looking is up. You're looking around at what people are saying instead of up at where your direction should be coming from and your higher power. So for me, your direction isn't being found because your focus isn't in the right direction. You're worried about what other people are saying about you. And so again, what cards fell out? The Nine of Swords. That's that mental. This is you. Exactly what did I say? This is how I saw you. This is how they're showing you. You're in your head. And all these little arrows are things that people are saying. These are thoughts. These are outside influences that are affecting you and keeping you from moving forward, keeping you from hearing what you need to hear. And then what comes up is the Five of Discs. Your focus isn't right. This is what you need to be focused on, but this is where you are. These cards are very clear. And what is that five? It's that struggle, that feeling left out, that feeling like something isn't happening for you the way you want to. In the traditional card, this would be somebody outside and there's a church right there, and you not being able to see that your help is right there because you're focused on your situation and your loss. And so this is that focus. Your focus isn't right. Everything I said, the cards just picked it up. You're not focused where you need to be. It's too many outside influences. And so maybe just take a social media break. And even if you don't take it for an extended amount of time, just maybe I don't log in or I don't check social media until afternoon or to after I get my day started or to the end of the day. Or maybe I unfollow some people. I snooze some people. I snooze people all the time because if your energy is bad or you're in a bad situation or you're going through something, maybe I don't need your energy with me. I'm going to snooze you for 30 days. And then when you come back, if you're in a better place or you're more positive, then I'll allow you to still be on my feed. If not, then I'll just unfollow you totally. You still see what I'm doing, but I don't have to see what you're doing. And so what I'm getting is that you're allowing too many outside forces to negatively enforce your focus, and you're not seeing your help, your guidance, and what you're praying for come about. Because you're just too much in your head. You're battling your own self. And that's what I got. That's all I got, Don.
Okay.
There's nothing we can necessarily give her to tell her to do because her focus isn't where it should be.
Yeah. And of course, I told her what I always thought, so I'm good.
All right, Keena, who's next? Sorry, Miss Pretty Unique. But again, focus, purge, release what no longer serves you. That is the best thing that you can say. Let me tell you, Lord, learning them words in the last couple of years is the best thing I could ever learn. I release what no longer serves me. And get them bay leaves. Set them on fire. That's all I'm trying to tell you. Hey, get a smudging kit. Don got smudging kits. Buy a smudging kit from Don and cleanse your new space. Cleanse your new space. How many times do you see me do this online? Listen, sometimes I need to clear this energy because sometimes it gets heavy in here. Cleanse your energy.
And the one smudging kit comes with a selenite wand if that's what you choose. So you can get the selenite wand with the smudging kit.
Listen, you need this definitely. It'll clear out the people, places, and things. But be sure that when you say I release those things that no longer serve me, that you're not holding on to. Sometimes we'll say I release those things, and then we want to hold on to them like this. And the Lord, like, you want them to go or you want them to stay. You decide.
Who is next? Oh, this is next. Yasha. My question is, well, he's saying in Australia. Didn't we have a discussion about Bali and the same person, and she's an expat who lives in Bali? I don't think you. I know this happened on Tuesday, Angie. So
I'm
I think
like, this must have been you and Susan because that does sound familiar. Yasha, is this the same question that you asked on Tuesday? Because the answer is still the same.
I need to interrupt 1 minute. Okay. There's a strong spirit coming in, and again, I'm sweating like hell. Anyway,
is that why I keep drinking this water? This my Don. This my look.
Yeah, it could be. It could be. This is a spirit who. The reason they're coming in is they died on yesterday. They died yesterday, but a few years ago. Is it a daughter? The daughter's here. The daughter is here with us. And the daughter, the guy's name is Bob. And Bob is showing me a piece of paper. He was an engineer, as I was, and that's why I connect, I guess. If anybody can own this, again, it's a father, Bob. He died a few years ago on either today or yesterday. He's pointing back to yesterday. He is here. He was a runner when he was young, and he showed me golfing when he was older. He liked golfing. Again, I'm like an engineer. Does anybody own this? Can anybody own this? Now you're all getting quiet on me, right? Oh, well. Anyway, if that resonates a bell, again, Bob is his name. Bob, from the Northeast Coast. I'm getting the Northeast Coast. Bob from the Northeast Coast, and a daughter is here. So if anybody can own that, let me know. Okay. Yeah, I know somebody's here. It's like this is like it's too real. Anyway. Yeah.
You know, if there was someone not more than 5 or 6 minutes ago that says hoping to hear from a loved one. Christine, do you have someone who passed whose anniversary of their death is today or yesterday? Christine McRae. You said you were hoping to hear from a loved one. Don just described a loved one who's here, and it's the anniversary of their death. Could that be the loved one that you're trying to hear from?
My eyeballs on so I can read.
It's at 2047, I think, Don.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Christine McRae. Hello, hoping to hear from a loved one. Christine, are you still here? Does this resonate with you? She popped in and out that fast? Jeez.
Or does it resonate with anyone? Yesterday is my grandpa's 2nd year passing. Did you not hear us saying that this whole time? That he, okay.
Is his name Bob? And is he from Massachusetts? He's from the Northeast Coast. Again, I'm getting Massachusetts, Maine, the M words up there. Was he an engineer? Because I'm getting engineer, but he was a businessman at the same time. So did he own an engineering company or something? Because I'm getting engineer. And again, the reason why engineer, because of my background, I think. Is there a long delay here, I guess? Is that the problem, Christine?
It's on Facebook, so it might be a minute.
Yeah. He's telling me he died on the 14th. Is that right? He died on the 14th.
She said yesterday is grandpa's 2nd year passing.
Oh, yeah, now I see it. You're right. Yeah. Okay. Yasha, we'll get to you. I promise you. Don't, let me just, but, anyway, yeah, and I'm seeing him again. The delay is killing me here. Anyway, I think you wanted to have him come in, and yeah, he's here. Again, he came in, his name was Bob.
Christina, we need you to type a little bit faster than that, ma'am.
Yeah. And he played golf, right? He was a golfer in his later years. But I'm seeing him in his younger years, and he was a runner. He was a runner in his younger years. And was he a mechanical engineer? Was a mechanical engineer? Was he an engineer? Can you confirm that? Can you say yes, engineer, yes, runner, yes, golfer, no engineer, no runner, no golfer? I also see him singing. So did he sing a lot? Because I'm getting the singing.
All of those things.
I guess it's yes, yes, yes. Okay. So anyways, he's here. Is that the one that you were expecting to come in? Because that's the one who's coming in. The only other thing that he's mentioning to me, no, it's not. It's he loves singing. Yes, yes, yeah. It's interesting because I'm hearing Bing Crosby. So I'm guessing that maybe Bing Crosby was somebody whom he liked to hear, like he liked to sing. Because again, he liked to sing. So I can hear that. Now this man is again a businessman. He was an engineer, but he was a businessman, correct? Because I see him in a business environment, and I see him serving on boards and things like that. He was somebody again who was very successful. Now was his father Bob as well? Was he a junior or something? Because I'm getting Bob and Bob. What is it? Does that make sense? Is it or Hutch and Hutch? What's Hutch? What's a Hutch? Is there a Hutch? Hutch and Hutch? Bob and Bob or Hutch and Hutch? What does that mean? Does that mean anything? His son is Bob. Okay. So what does Hutch mean? I have to go soon, job interview. I appreciate that, understand that. B Hutch. I don't know what B Hutch is.
I think she must have typed the B in mistake. It's probably just Hutch. Hutchins.
Last name. Okay, so that's where the Hutch. Okay, good. Oh, wow, interesting. Well, guess what? Yeah, he's here. He came in, and I think that's, if that's who you're looking for, that he came in. So know that he is here, if that's who you're looking for. But so the first letter of kids' name people call them. What is that question?
Oh, Hutch. Maybe they call them Hutch because it's Hutchins.
Oh yeah, okay. That's why.
B
Okay.
Hutch is. I don't know.
Okay. Well, interesting. Just know that he came in and that he's good over there. Life is good over there, and that again. Apparently, I guess you wanted to come in just to see if come in history, and he did. So anyway, know that that's the case. Oh, P Hutch, B Hutch. I see.
Oh, so whatever their name is. Oh, okay. Yeah.
That's why the Hutch. Okay, I get it now. So, well, interesting. Well, he was here. He lived until his 80s. I'm getting like he's in his 80s, and he was in his later years when he passed. His wife is still here because when he passed, she was still here, right?
Oh, she passed last week.
The wife passed last week?
Yeah, my grandma passed last week.
Oh my God, I just see that. Yeah. Okay. Well, guess what? Yeah, because she was here when he passed. Okay. Wow. Yes, because he was just pointing her out that she was okay. She's yeah, interesting. Yeah. Oh wow, his queen. Yeah. Yes. They were married for years. I mean, talking many years. He considered that one of the best accomplishments of his life, by the way. He's telling me that was his best accomplishment, was meeting and marrying this woman. He absolutely loved and adored her. So know that oh my God, yeah. Know that she wow, that blows me away. Yes. Oh my God.
65 years of marriage?
Yeah. Wow. Well, I can tell you that he's good over there, and she's with him. I'm certain she's with him. Was it Susie? Something like that? Is it Susie? I'm trying to figure out what he's saying here. Her name. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, yeah. Is Susie right? Is Susie right? Is that Susie? I don't know. Susie? Okay, cry in a minute, but is the name Susie? Yes, okay. I'm like, we got time for crying later. I need to get through this.
I know you want to cry, but is Susie right?
Okay, yeah. Well, Susie's here. Susie's here with him. So know that Susie's here with him. Susie is here with him, and they are together again. And he's singing to her. He's singing Bing Crosby. He's singing Bing Crosby. And wow. Anyway, know that they are together again. They are together again. All right. Whew, man, I gotta I gotta cool down now. Thank you for letting us, Christine. Thank you for sharing with us, and thank you, Bob, for joining us tonight. Hopefully that'll give you some peace, knowing that she's good and she's with him. And it's interesting, she died so close to the anniversary of his passing. Isn't that crazy? Wow, that's wild. So, bless you, bless you, bless you. So now I gotta cool down. Jesus, criminy.
That's why I've been drinking all that water, Don.
I hear you.
Luna is jealous of my glasses, and so she talking junk in the private chat about my glasses.
And Yasha wants us to remind us that she has a job interview to go through. So can you give her anything you got? Sorry, Yasha. But when
I have cards for her, but I'm getting information on a relationship. I got the Lover's card. So for me, the Lover's card is a decision. And so I always go with what the next card is to give me some insight on what it is. And the next two cards that came out for were the King of King of Cups and the Heartbreak, the Three of Swords. And so what stood out to me on the King of Cups is something that I've never paid attention to. There's a snake wrapped around the foot of this person. I've never paid attention to that. So there's a snake in the mist. And then there's heartbreak. So is there something about I met a beach boy in Bali? Okay, yeah. There's a decision. So is that your okay? There is a snake in my boot. Okay. So that is the reason you wanted to know whether you're going to stay in Australia or go to Bali. That's what it is. That's the decision that you had to make. That's the Lovers. And then I got the King of Cups, but I got heartbreak. And what I'm being told is to tell you, don't base your decision on whether you're going to stay or go on this relationship, because to me, it looks like it's going to be heartbreak for you in this situation. And the fact that they pointed out that there's a snake wrapped around this person's leg, there's something not honest, or there's something sinister or deceptive about this person. My ear is tingling. So they're telling me you need to be aware of this person and know that not to base your decision on that. Base your decision on your personal goals and your personal achievement. Don't base your decision on whether you stay or go on somebody you just met. So then the next two cards I get are the Seven of Wands, stand your ground, standing on what is for you, not for that person. Look, this is a person that's in a defensive posture. All these arrows are being made sent to them. And then again, what did I get? The Two of Swords. That is making another decision. And then this is that good or bad. This person does not seem to be like, don't base your decision. I can't tell you whether to be with this person or not, but I'm getting that there's some information that you don't know. Because when it's the Two of Swords, it's usually somebody whose hands are like this, and then there's a blindfold over their eyes. So there's something that you don't see. Stand your ground. There's something not right about this situation. And there's a reason that they told me that there's a snake in the mist. And then your next card is heartbreak. So don't base your decision on whether you're going to stay based on this person. So that's what I'm getting. Oh, he's married. Oh, okay. Well, praise the Lord. You let me know all that to tell me that the guy that you just met that you really like is married. Well, you know what? Again, don't base your decision on whether you're going to stay on this person. Stand your ground. Make your decision based on what you want to do and what's best for you overall, your individual person. I don't think that this person is good for you. But again, if he's already attached to somebody else and trying to get with you, think about that and what your future were going to be. Is he just going to replace that person with you, and then he's going to be attached with you and then looking for somebody else? Think about all those things. The way that you met this person would say something about the character of that person.
Well, isn't that special?
Exactly. I'm sorry, Miss Yasha, but that's what I got for you. Again, you will have success, but you need to base your decision on your own personal life and you individually, not the possibility of you two.
Next.
Mid one.
I literally feel like, listen, I feel like that was for me because I just want to be like, you waited all this time to tell us that you. Don't do it. No, don't do it. No. Well, I wish you much success, Yasha, on your interview. I do feel like you will it will be successful, but again, it's a decision that you need to make. That's a decision that you need to make. You got 2 decision cards. Both of them are regarding how you want to move forward. So again, I do feel like the interview is going to go well for you, but you have to decide on what your reason for staying or going is. And again, do not base it on this relationship. But I do wish you much success. Miss Cynthia, are you still here?
Is that the one we just? No, that's somebody else. That's not the one.
No, we just did Christine McRae.
Okay.
With the father, with the grandfather. Yeah.
Sorry, I'm still kind of overheated there.
Tina is so mad because I can see in the spirit with these glasses. She's so mad. Miss Cynthia, are you still here? You're welcome, Yasha. I hope everything works out for you.
Oh, goodness. Cynthia.
Okay, Cynthia, if you're not here, Angie, are you here? Not me, Angie, but the other Angie, are you here?
Angie and Cynthia going once, going twice,
Oh, wow.
Going 3 times.
Oh, Angie's here.
All right.
Hi, Miss Angie. My name is Angie, so maybe the spirits have something for both of us.
My thing is so.
Oh, no, not with the love reading. I don't need anything about love. Praise the Lord. Let me get this all for you. Let's clear all that energy off of me. Praise Him.
You know, she still hasn't showed up on mine yet. Isn't that weird?
And she's on your YouTube.
I know, and yet she's not showing up on my thing, and she just popped up.
Okay, yeah.
I'm getting such a delay. What is the hell?
Okay, Miss Angie, let's get you some good energy on love. Spirits, I'm talking about this Angie, not this Angie. Okay? Let's make that clear.
Clarify. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
Exactly, Keena. No. All right, Miss Angie, let's see what's going on for you. It sounds funny to say that, but okay.
General love reading. Angie, all I get, the other Angie, all I'm getting for you, the other Angie, is that you really know how to pick them, and I'm getting that there's you're drawn, you're just I'm all tongue tied, and what I'm getting, Angie, is the most important thing probably is to kind of reassess the relationships and what has failed, and make sure you don't repeat those same things, because I'm getting the feeling like it's like you're in this Groundhog Day situation. It's like you get in a relationship and then it goes a certain way every time, and then it falls off a cliff, and then you're devastated for a while, and then back, and so forth. And I don't know if that's the case, but that's the energy I'm getting. And it's like there, unfortunately, when you do that over and over again, you should be learning something as you go along the way, but it seems like that's not the case. So I'm getting the wake-up call saying, okay, let's learn something this time. Let's make sure we bring something. Also, let the baggage alone. Don't bring it to the new relationship. Every relationship stands on its own. So don't bring that old baggage in, or don't bring that harm that you brought in, or that pain, or that damage, or that suffering, whatever it is. Let that go. Let that trauma get out of your system. work it out of your system, do what you can to get it out of your system. And then once you can, then I would suggest strongly that you then work it through. So where you start a relationship new and fresh, bringing the old baggage back. Okay. That's what I got, Angie. How about you?
Don't get mad at me because I'm gonna have to walk you through how they showed it to me. So I kept hearing, Can I Get a? Can I Get a is a song by a group called Major Coins. Major Coins, I thought, oh, they mean that you need to focus on your money. But the way they're showing it to me is, are you looking for a relationship where they are financially able to take care of you? Because the premise of the song, Can I Get a? And you can look it up. The group is called Major Coins. And then the song is called Can I Get a? And so the premise of the song is they want someone who is financially stable enough to give them the lifestyle that they want, to afford them the lifestyle that they want. So it seems that in this love situation, you're looking in their pocket and not in their heart. Again, I don't know you personally. I'm only going by what they're showing me and the images that they gave me. So with the song Can I Get a, and knowing the lyrics to the song and knowing the premise of the song, are you looking for a financial sponsor? Not that there's anything wrong with that if that's what you two mutually agree upon. Are you looking for a sponsor versus a companion? So that's what you need to be very clear about. Again, you don't have to tell me yes or no there, but that is how they're showing it to me. Handsome, you want them to be attractive and appealing to you visually, but you do want them to be able to give you a lifestyle that either keeps you where you are or brings you up. You don't want a project. And I do understand that. You want a partner, not a project. And so I do think when you label your things, financially stable is the first thing, where some people be like, oh, I want somebody who's kind and loving and blah, blah, blah. Finances are up at the top for you. Can you take care of me in the manner that I take care of myself, and then also bring me up higher? So again, are you looking for a sponsor? But you do want this person to be handsome. Did you just meet a guy? Because they're showing me like a cigar bar or something like that. Like you frequent, or either you already frequent, or they're telling you to frequent places where there would be a higher status of men. Wait just a minute. I feel so convicted right now, but whatever. A higher status of men, not maybe the clubs, but you need to step it up to another level of places where you will frequent and meet men at. The thing that I got was, again, and it fits with what they're saying, I got the foresight card, travel, moving aboard, getting out and making yourself known and seen so that you can meet the people that are at the level of finances that you want them to be at. You're not going to meet that person in a club, but you may meet them in a cigar bar, because that's what they showed me, or at a golf place, or at another place where people who have a little bit more money for leisurely activities. In the club, we're all trying to get the special of the day. So what they're saying is you need to step up where you're meeting these people at. And then something about moving on. Are you currently in a relationship that you need to be moving on from? Oh yeah, that must be it. Okay, because I got the moving on card, and then I got the Tower card, and then I got the World card. So for me, the moving on card was next, and then the Tower card. So something's coming to an end. On the Tower card, I get chaos, I get destruction, I get sudden upheaval, trauma, unexpected change. So there's an ending that needs to happen. I get moving on, and I get the Tower card. So those are endings. That means you need to walk away from a situation or a person, or the possibility of something that you may not be in an exact relationship with them, but there's something about you needing to be moving on. And then again, you got the travel card again. We started with travel, we're ending with travel. Success, achievement, travel, and fulfillment. It's all you setting your sights on a higher level of people. This is where you're at looking for them, but this is where you need to be. This is what you want, but you're down here looking for them. So you need to set your sights on someone that's a little bit higher. And I'm not going to tell you that there's anything wrong with looking for someone to financially take care of you, as long as you both mutually understand that that's what this situation is, or how this situation is starting off. But again, they're saying you need to step up your location as to where you're looking for these people. You're not going to find those people in the nightclub or in places like that, sports bars and things like that. You may need to step it up and go to places where people can afford the lifestyle that you're trying to live. So that's what I got for you in love. But I do see a handsome gentleman. It's just you seeking out the right place to find that person. So that's what I got for Miss Angie, Don.
Well, that's about all I had as well. I don't have anything more than that. So hopefully,
and I hope it helps you to move forward and to find your partner.
Exactly.
Not that I'm mad at you about that either. I'm not even mad at you about that.
Yes.
Listen, long as you know and that person knows. I'm pretty sure Anna Nicole and her dearly departed spouse understood what the arrangement was about. But that's all I got.
Thank you, Champagne Cadengo. Let me put my eyes on so I can read from the computer. She says, I'm an intuitive as well. Nice to meet you. Just stopping in to show some love and support to fellow readers. You're welcome to come in anytime, and you're welcome to, while you're in on the side, if you want to even give your opinions on some of our readings. We don't have a problem with that.
We do not have a problem with that. We love people to come in and, just kind of, confirm or give another take on what they see. We always encourage people. This is an open community. We love, when that energy, sometimes it helps to pick up the energy when you come in with your positivity and we're already on our positivity. It helps to pick up the live and make it even better. So feel free to come in, share, share, subscribe, comment, and then again, share what you think about the about what we were saying or what you see for that person. You may see something totally different. Don and I don't always see the same thing. Maybe I see finances, maybe Don sees love, or vice versa, or Don sees dead people and I see something else. And so it's not always the same. So we're always welcome to you coming in.
Yeah, and we're here every Wednesday night. We start usually around 6. Tonight we were a little late because we were chatting and taking care of technical issues at the same time. But we start at 6 p.m. Central Time, Mountain Standard Time, and we run for about 2 to 3 hours, depending on how many people we read for. We tend to run a certain number of on the list, and then once we're done, that's it. And it fills up early. It fills up pretty quick. So if you ever want a reading, you're welcome to also come in for a reading as well. And then I'm back tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. Mountain Standard Time with Shauna, and then Angie is on Sundays as well. Sundays around 3, again, always the Mountain Time. And it's girls' day on Sunday. So it's usually Angie and either Kim or Alicia. Not so much Alicia recently, but Kim and Sherry and a few others.
Alicia says she will be back definitely for class on Tuesday.
Yeah. And then Susan and I go back on Tuesday mornings at 8. So 8 is a trigger point in the mornings and 6 in the evenings, 10 to fit, things like that. And then 3 on Sundays. So you're welcome to pop in anytime and read along and join the community. Also, Champagne, let you know, we have a class on Tuesday nights that is free, and it's all the people in the metaphysical community. If you're a medium, a psychic, whatever, we get together and we practice on Tuesday nights on Zoom. We start at 6 p.m. Mountain Time, and we run for 2 hours, and we just do little exercises with each other. And we're from all over the nation. We have people from California all the way through Pennsylvania, Maryland, Florida, whatever. Anyway, and you guys are welcome to send me an email at advice@sonoranmystictarot.com. That's my email address, advice@Sonoran, which is the desert we're in, Mystic Tarot, sonoranmystictarot.com. And we can add you to the list, and you're welcome to join us. It's a free class, costs you nothing, but you'll be in a community of folks who are all doing it and practicing and just spending time together and communing for 2 hours once a week. and growing and learning.
And a lot of the people are in the chat now. They come and join our lives. And again, that's why we tell you to subscribe to all of us, because Sunday through Thursday, one of us is live every single day. Absolutely. Or several of us are live every single day.
Yep. So you can always, so you're welcome to join us. Send me an email and I will add you to our list. And if on Tuesday and you'll start getting it for every Tuesday. And any of the Tuesdays you want to join us, you click on that link at 6 our time, which is Mountain Time, and you pop right in and join the lesson, join the class. And it's not really a class. It's us getting together and doing exercises to help improve our skill set and asking each other questions and getting to understand more our skill sets. So you're welcome to do that. Okay. I hope we'll see you. Okay. And you can also message me in Facebook, since you're on Facebook, unless that's Angie's Facebook. I think it's mine. Whichever one you're on, you can always okay. You can always message me on there as well, and I can get your email address from there. Okay. So, well, with that said, I think we are about done, Angie. From what I understand,
it was a good night. Don, and I'm afraid to say it, we didn't have not one single exactly. And do you know that while I was driving around picking up the kids, that is the one thing I did. I put a protective bubble over it, and I said, "Don't send it to anybody who's trying to harm or poach our people." And I hope that it worked. I put that bubble around us.
That word, right?
Yo,
exactly. Just one of those. We didn't have not a single one of them this time.
Yep. And I'm afraid to use the word because as soon as you say the word, you know what happens. So. Because
the last time we made it all the way to the end as soon as we said it. Ta-da! So we're not gonna say it, but we didn't have any this time, and that's good.
Little visitors.
Exactly.
Unwanted visitors, yes.
Today, I don't know about y'all, but today felt like a long 2 hours and 55 minutes. I'm over here like, whoa. It just seems like today was so long.
There were a few readings that tended to test the energy levels, but
Listen, that don't be mad, Twan. That literally picks up the energy. I love it. Isn't that special?
I need to get one of the hated ones that Kennedy said. The hated it. I love that. Or one of those two snaps with or two circles with a snap. Something hilarious. Those guys were hilarious. So
yes, they were. Listen, I remember 2020 hated it. I remember using that.
Yeah.
All right, guys, y'all did good. Good job.
And thank you, Tina, for doing the job, keeping us all in line. And thanks for all the compliments about that commercial. That means a lot.
Oh, it was good. I thought you were going to say about your hair, Don, because it is just lovely. I literally thought you were going to say thanks for all the compliments about
Lord knows I spent more time on the commercial than the hair, so it's okay.
Oh my God.
Angie, what you finna go eat?
Cheese bread from Little Caesars and chili. Let me tell you how Brandon is. I made chili the other day. I wanted hamburger and I couldn't find a place, so I just made burgers for the Super Bowl. They were delicious. So I made burgers, and then I had, I was like, oh man, it was cold on Monday, and I don't like the cold, so I made chili. So Keena was like, oh, what are you gonna eat? And I said, oh, I'm gonna make me some chili cheese fries. And she was like, oh, Kamora wants chili. Why don't you I was like, oh, I'll give her some. Brenda was like, no. I said, why? Was it not good? Did you not like it? Why can't you have any? He doesn't want to share the chili.
I was trying to avoid cooking a whole pot in my house.
So then Keena says, oh, that's okay. Y'all keep it. I'll make my own. He said, can I have some of yours too?
Oh, geez.
So he wanted ours and hers. He is a person that really loves chili. So when I make chili, I'll freeze some of it like in freezer bags and enough where you can make like a bowl for him so he can just pour it into a bowl and make it for himself. But he really loves chili. Like he's really.
I didn't know he liked it that much.
Without beans person.
I love beans in it. I put beans in it.
The kidneys, the red kidneys.
Mm-hmm. And chili, yeah, I love beans in it. Yeah.
In Texas, they don't put beans.
Someone asked me, I think it was Miss Julie asked me the other day did I make cornbread? We've never had it with cornbread. My mom used to make grilled cheese when she made chili for us. And so it's always like when I bought cheese bread today, it was like, oh, I don't want to make grilled cheese, but we can have cheese bread. And so we were grilled cheese people. Where other people had grilled cheese and tomato soup, we had grilled cheese and chili. And then Lewis even reiterated that. And I said, oh, maybe it's a Midwest thing.
Yeah. You know what we used to do? I didn't like grilled cheese so much, but I loved open faced cheese. So it's like one slice with the cheese and then put it in underneath the broiler and the cheese bubbles, and it turns a little brown. That is so good. But for me, the sandwich with the cheese in the middle that you did this, that never really turned me on so much. But the one that you put in the oven with open face, it's like, boom. I love it.
Yeah. Well, so.
But chili, one of my favorites. I love chili.
Oh, especially it's a nice comfort food, and it was so cold on Monday. Today, I was able to go outside and not freeze to death. Although when I went outside, I did have on my gloves. Like I don't even feel no shame. I don't care if people looking at me or not. I have my gloves on when I first go outside, and then,
I want to know why it's still cold. Like we should be back to 80s and 90s by now.
Some of my old posts came up from like 7 years ago, and it was in the 80s this week. And so that's all I'm just saying is, what is the problem, people?
Hey, one more question about your chili. Do you always do ground beef, or do you also sometimes mix it up with chuck?
I did ground turkey this time, but I remember having it at your house, and you use ground chuck, and so I thought about that too, that like variations on it, but I usually use ground turkey. That's what I've been using. So I do want to try some different things with it. I saw a pot pie recipe.
I made white chicken chili. I saw it. But I made white chicken chili about a month ago. Remember I made
I can't do the chicken chili because chili is supposed to be dark. My mind doesn't wrap around the white of the chili.
It was good to me.
Like she made it and I ate it and it just didn't. White, I can't do it.
You know, I don't know. I can't buy into it either. I'm like, it sounds like just white chicken soup.
White chicken chili soup, whatever. It was good.
It doesn't compute. My mind is like, no. Like cold coffee doesn't make sense to me. Coffee is supposed to be hot. I'm not an iced coffee person. It does not compute for me. My mind is like, no, do not abort mission. Don't eat. Don't drink it. Don't do it. Don't do it.
I mean, for me, chili is you have to have a tomato base. It's gotta have like a little bit of tomato and then some garlic. You know, like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just can't.
Don, I'm with you when you're right. I am so with you when you're right. Because my mom used to put tomato paste in it, and I was very much against tomatoes or tomato paste. And I made it, and I was like, well, how do you thicken it up? And she said, put tomato paste in. And I would be like, no. I put that tomato paste in, and one time it picks up that flavor, it picks up that thickness, and it just makes it so rich and so good. And so I learned to shut up and do what she said. She said, put tomato paste in it, so I put tomato paste in it.
Sometimes mama knows. Sometimes mama knows.
No.
Yeah, but I did tag Keena in a pot pie recipe that I saw online the other day, and it looked really good. It was actually kind of like a pot pie soup, so I guess you could make the filling and then put it inside of a pot pie, but it looked really good.
I love pot pies. Oh my God. When I was a kid, I hated them because my mom would buy the ones they were frozen and you put them in the thing, and in like 15 minutes they were yuck, but it was like hot yuck. But when you get a good pot pie, it's like, oh my gosh.
KFC's pot pies used to be good to me. I used to love them. Like I would go there and get a pot pie. They're not so great now, or the last time I had one, but I used to love a pot pie from KFC. I would listen. A nice heart. You know, I'm a comfort food person, so pot pie and some wine.
Albertsons does a really good on their hot tray thing. They do a good pot pie, $5, and it's a nice size pot pie like this with the crunchy bread, the thin, fluffy bread on top.
I did not know that.
Wait a minute. Albertsons like every day, or is this just like a certain day of the week? Because I will be there tomorrow. Like, let me get a pot pie.
We usually have it there often. I mean, it's just like there on the hot tray.
I have Google. Just let me.
When they have the
I'm in the office tomorrow. It's one by my job, Angie.
Yeah, they have like chickens in a bag. It's on the same thing. Yep. And they're good. They're good. Also, you know what's really good?
$5 too.
Yeah, and it's interesting. You know, also good at Safeway is the lobster bisque. Oh my God, Their lobster bisque is so good. I tweak it. I add more lobster and some other things, but it's good.
I want to learn how to make tomato bisque.
Tina, it looked like it's every day. You just go and get it.
Yeah, it's there on the hot plate thing.
And it looked good.
It's really good.
Albertsons, Miss Julie, because I'm looking it up right now. $5 ready meals, chicken pot pie. It's cold, but so do you warm it up, Don?
No, it's warm. It's on the hot. It's where the hot chickens are. The whole chickens that are in the bag, it's on that. It's warm. It's heated up. When you take it, it's already warm. It comes in like a box with you can see like the cellophane on part of it, and you
like a pie or something, like a patty.
Yeah, it's like a pie box. Yep, but it's not quite as big.
Oh, Julie said they both have them, so she said Safeway has them too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they are so good. They're really good, really good. And so sometimes if I don't want to cook and I'm there and I see it, I'm like, I'm taking that. That's
okay, because they have two. They have the ready meals where you can buy the cold pot pies, and then they also have the hot ones at Albertsons. Because I'm like, wait, listen, Google give you everything, and so they have both. You can get either or.
Yes, and I'm telling you, they are good. Try them and let me know what you think. But I took the risk that one time, and I'm like, oh my goodness, this is damn good. Listen,
I'll be there tomorrow. It don't take me no time. And Julie said that, and look, it's the same because I'm walking all the time. If y'all see me on my walk tomorrow, my video show me in Safeway buying a pot pie. That's where I'll be.
Oh, you get chicken or turkey pot pie.
Exactly. If you see me walking down the street with a hot pot pie, that's what I was doing.
Yes, it is, and you believe me, you'll like it. It is good.
I'm already there. One other funny thing I have to say before we go. Me and my friend Coco were talking about burial things because we were talking about people who died. Don, this is the weirdest thing. My friend Coco, her cousin was a truck driver, and he was putting air in his tires, and whatever he didn't do right, and it blew up and he killed him.
What?
Yes, the tire blew up and killed him. It was something about whatever other air or chemical or you put in the tire instead of air, whatever it was. Whatever else you put in there.
They put a little green stem that tells you it's nitrogen instead of air, and it's supposed to not fluctuate with cold.
Okay, well, he didn't do it. Well, whatever happened, it blew up, and it blew up like he was supposed to have a closed casket. So that was the one thing I was going to say. But because of that, we were talking about, planning our burials and stuff like that because they were having a difficult time with the planning of it and the family arrangements and all that. And I was like, you know what? I really just go and do it. I BS you not. The next day in my inbox was like, plan your final resting place. I was like,
yeah, I know Big Brother
here's everything. Everything. Hi, Mystic Rain. We haven't seen you in a long time. She says, I'm just stopping by to say hi to all the readers tonight. It's good to see you. But yeah, immediately it came up. And I am thinking about doing it because I just don't want to leave that on Brandon to do while he's
absolutely not. Yep, absolutely. If you can do,
but it was weird. We talked about it, and the very next day it was in my inbox.
Rotate me. No, I'm just kidding.
Shoot. I keep saying I want to go like this. I want to be sleeping and just not wake up.
I always tell the Lord,
I'm not talking about none of that.
Quickly in my sleep. Just take me quickly in my sleep, like boom. And she was just like from the day to the night. She went from the body to the spirit. Just boom. She's quickly in my sleep. I don't want no prolongedness or nothing.
Ed says he wants to know, so he wants to like if it's an illness or
whatever. No, I want to be gone.
He want to know that he's dying. Like I'm about to die.
He says goodbye and all. I'm like, you know what? If you didn't know it,
make the most of every moment.
You don't need to know it. That's all I can say.
That's why you.
I don't want people to be all, oh my gosh, she's declining. Just boom. I don't want to be on life support. Just let it go. Another.
It's like just done. I'm good. Bye.
Done and over. Just let it go.
Exactly. Bring me the time clock.
Well, I'm not engaging in this conversation.
I'm just saying.
No, to me, it's a better way. I don't want to be a problem, a burden, and I don't want everybody to have to watch me slowly. I mean, it's good for people if that's what they want. And again, Ed is like, he wants that. He wants the long, dramatic goodbye and whatever, and that's wonderful. But it's like, you know what? Again, exactly, of course, yeah. But it's for me, it's like,
does he want to be in a mausoleum too?
Probably, yes, exactly. With a big old something, you know, very
Angie,
dramatic.
you need to send him that video of that girl posted. The one that
it's on my Facebook. I posted it on my Facebook. It's this lady telling how she wants her burial to be, and she's like, "I want to be buried in a fur coat. I don't care what the weather is like. She was like, "I want blah 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 to cater my funeral, and I want this and that." It's funny.
Was that like yesterday or today? Because it was.
I posted it today. Yeah, today.
Yes, I did. I saw that and I was like, "Oh my God, I know that person. I know that person. I live with that person. Lord have mercy."
The other thing I was gonna say is you gotta be brave to kill yourself. Like I know this. Another story. This lady tried to kill herself and it didn't work. It just shut down her organs and she ended up paralyzed.
How about the ones that try to shoot themselves and then they wind up looking for the deformed and they live with the rest of their life with like.
And that's my fear. I try to do something and then now I'm just, you know what I'm saying? It didn't even work out. Like the Lord, like, nope, you ain't gonna go, but we gonna leave you here, but we're gonna leave you here.
Nothing. Let me shut up.
Exactly. So, but yeah, again, when you do that, you're brave. Don't do it. Don't look at my face. Don't do it. Don't do it. You'll end up even worse than you. Don't do it. Just go ahead and live it on through. Talk to your maker.
Wait a minute. This is the perfect opportunity. You got to do it. Where is it? Here we go. Where? Oh my God, where is it? Oh, there it is. Okay.
Don't do it. No. Don't do it. No. Do not do it. Abort mission. Step back. Have a drink. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Oh my goodness. Well, let's get off here before we get in trouble. Thanks again, everybody. It was wonderful for joining us. Thanks, Angie. Thanks, Kina, for great work. And
always.
Lord have mercy. Love and light to everybody. I'll see you in the morning.
Bye.
If anybody dares come back. Oh, and please, Yasha, don't come back. No, just kidding. Just kidding. Oh God, just kidding. Lord, now.